is brought to you by Dakota Central, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Hillerud Construction, SMP Health Ave Maria, Gun and Reel Sports, Essentia Health, Jamestown Country Club, Originals, Jamestown Parks and Recreation, Johnny B's Brickhouse, Buffalo City Diesel, RM Stout, and Pit Stop Express Lube. Now, Jamestown Jimmie's basketball.
And now is when it really counts. The postseason is here, and for the Jamestown Jimmies, it was not the best way to end the season in women's basketball. 5 losses in their final 8 regular season games brought them to under 500 in the North Star Athletic Association. 7-8, and officially a third-place tie with the team to whom they lost last Saturday here, Bellevue. But the Jimmies won the season series with the Bruins 2-1. That means Jamestown wins the tie-break there, gets the 3rd seed instead of the 4th seed. Either way, they would be at home tonight at Harold Newman Arena. They are home. And now the test begins for a Jamestown team looking to fight their way ahead in the North Star tournament. They must win to play again on Saturday. Then they must win that to play in the championship game of this tournament on Tuesday night, knowing that the next loss will be their last loss for 2024-25. Jamestown at 17-9. Dickinson State hasn't been an easy year again for the Blue Hawks. Only 3 North Star wins, 3-12. And the last of those 12 losses was a loss to the regular season champion Dakota State at home on Saturday. But Samantha Ose, winding up a pretty good career on her home floor, had a career-high 35 points. It's a Dickinson State team, yes, that struggled in the league, but was capable as they showed one of the games here and giving Jamestown a tough time. The slate's clean tonight now for everybody in the North Star Athletic Association as the tournament begins. This is the North Star Athletic Association's final women's basketball championship tonight. It's the quarterfinal round, Harold Newman Arena on the campus of the University of Jamestown. The 6th seed, Dickinson State Blue Hawks, are hosted by the 3rd seed, and that's the University of Jamestown Jimmies. And good evening from the University of Jamestown. I'm David Burrow, and we're glad to have you with us here on Jamestown 107.1, and also at newsdakota.com, on the app, and on Alexa, and on the heritage signal of I3G Media in Jamestown, 1400 AM. It was certainly not at all the way the Jimmies wanted to finish the regular season on Saturday. Not shooting well, generally just not playing very well in a 65-59 loss to Bellevue. Only over 20 points in one quarter of the fourth, shooting 30% for the game. Not quite a season low, but close. Kate Cordes with 19, Jessica Losterman, her job off the bench with 18, and Jamin Martinson with a career-high 10 rebounds. But the offense, for the most part, just didn't work very well on Saturday. And although Dickinson State, yes, has struggled, you know, they are capable of playing tough defense, as Dickinson State teams always do. So the Jimmies are going to have to make sure to make the correct selections on shots tonight. Ose in that 93-74 loss to Dakota State Saturday with that career-high 35, playing in her final home game at Scott Gym. She's had 3 good years for the Blue Hawks, double digits in a scoring average and a pretty good rebounding average in every season. There is Catherine Fox, who had one big game against Jamestown in her career, and Caden Steele, the senior from Newell, South Dakota, is just a tough player. So, yeah, we know what the seeds say. We know that the Jimmies are at home, but you do have to play these games, and the Jimmies want to make sure they play well tonight so they can move on to a semifinal matchup Saturday in Mayville against the second-seeded Mayville State Comets. They get one of the byes tonight, so of course there's the regular season champion, Dakota State. Well, this is as good a time as any to look at the 3 games in the regular season that Jamestown and Dickinson State played. It's been a while since the first one, nearly 2.5 months ago, December 13th here, and that was Jamestown taking a 75 to 60 wins. Started a little slowly, but played better from the second quarter on. Kate Cordes had a double-double that night with 18 points, 12 rebounds, hit 3 threes. Kate Busick with 10. The second matchup was also here at Harold Newman Arena, and that was on the 31st of January. And Dickinson State started well in this game, up 4 at the end of one quarter, but by halftime, it was an 11-point Jamestown lead, and they won by that 11-point margin also, 78-67. And Cordes, for the third time this season, had that career-high 32 points. Big day for her that day with 12 of 21 shooting, making 6 threes. Busick had 14, and Jaden Wiest hit 3 threes and had 12. The last meeting, the one at Scott, Jim, and Dickinson, relatively recent, on Valentine's night, so a little less than 2 weeks ago, and Jamestown was in control of this game basically from the start, winning 67-50, but it really was not that close. Cordes had 12, Hannah Hoggle had 9, still limited to 10 minutes after having just sprained her ankle a couple of games before that. Busick had 8, Megan Oswald had 6, so did Paulson, and Jaden Wiest had 9, and that was a game where the Jimmies shot only 37%, but they held Dickinson State to 36% that night. So 3 wins for Jamestown against Dakota State in the regular season. I don't have to tell you what the old bromide is. You know it, and Dickinson State on their minds certainly, hey, come on. It's the 4th meeting. We know what they can do. Sure, they know what we can do, but we're here to win, and there's no pressure on this team at all, being the number 6 seed. And not much is expected of them. But this team that has not only seen good play from they've had improved play from their point guard, Angelica Shanrock. We told you her story, her first time playing college basketball in 5 seasons before this year. But her play has continued to improve as this year has gone along. So if the Jimmies are expecting something easy tonight, it just may not happen that way. Dickinson State will, be ready. This is the S&P Health Ave Maria pregame show as the postseason begins. The NSAA women's basketball quarterfinal at Harold Newman Arena with Jamestown hosting Dickinson State. We'll look around the NSAA in just a moment and look at the final players of the week in each gender and tell you about what is happening in the playoffs. Of course, the Jimmie men play here on Saturday in the semifinal round. Also later, a visit with Jimmie's head coach Thad Sankey. All coming up here on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
You know you don't really want that hurry-up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union insurance agents do things just a little different. We'll work with you personally for home, auto, business, or farm insurance and tailor the exact
Looking for a vehicle? Wilhelm, your Heartland Chevy dealer, has you covered. With a huge selection of new and used vehicles, certified techs for your service, repairs, and parts, and a full body shop. We have everything you need to get back on the road. Join us for our annual Don Wilhelm's Huntington's
$700. This rugged side-by-side brings the power with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims, Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Reel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Looking for a roofing company that truly knows your town? Choose Vetter Construction. Unlike those big name competitors using our city's name, we're your community experts right here working for you. From repairs to full replacement, our trusted team delivers quality and care that you can trust. For a roof that stands strong, call Vetter Construction today. 320-1990. 320-1990.
Dickinson State. It is the 3-6 game. Glad to have you with us. Let's look first at the final players of the week in regular season play ever for the North Star Athletic Association. As you may know, with the Jimmies going to NCAA Division II next year and the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference, the other 5 teams in the NSAA go to the Frontier Conference. Dickinson State, one of the schools, will be going back to that league. Anyway, the last players of the week on offense, well, they're both from Valley City State. J.C. Richter is the offensive player of the week. The Viking guard had 29 in VCSU's 76-67 victory at Mayville State. Hit 4 threes in that game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. And the defensive player of the week is Abby Asleason of VCSU. She had 11 rebounds, 8 defensively, and a couple of steals as the Vikings, a team that has been a little hard even for themselves probably to figure out at times this year, came up with a good win to end the regular season. But tonight, VCSU is on the road. The number 5 seed is in Bellevue, Nebraska to take on the 4 seed Bellevue. So how will the Vikings fare tonight? The winner of that game goes to Madison, South Dakota on Saturday to meet the top seed, the 8th-ranked team in the country, 22-4 Dakota State. We will, of course, keep tabs on what's going on in that VCSU Bellevue game. Now, the last men's players of the week. On offense, it's Mayville State guard J.J. White, who had 28 in the Comets in their 100-66 win at home at Louis Lee Fieldhouse over VCSU last Saturday. 10 of 16 from the floor, 6 threes out of 9, 3 rebounds and an assist. And Dickinson State has the defensive player of the week, and that's Cordell Stinson. DSU wrapped up the regular season title on the men's side with 2 home victories, 74-70 over Bellevue and 76-60 over Dakota State. Stinson had 6 defensive boards, 2 blocks in the Bellevue win, 9 defensive rebounds, and a block in the win over Dakota State. So in the quarterfinals of men's play tonight, it is Mayville State, the 3rd seed, hosting the number 6 seed Dakota State at Louis Lee Fieldhouse. And it's VCSU and Bellevue also in men's play, but this one is at the Bubble, the W.E. Osmond Fieldhouse in Valley City. 2 pretty interesting basketball games, and of course we'll keep you updated on them both. Now, for the Bellevue VCSU winner, it's a trip out to Dickinson on Saturday to take on the top seed Dickinson State. For that Mayville State Dakota State winner, they come here on Saturday to meet Casey Brueggemann's Jimmies, the 2nd seed who finished 11-4 in conference play. That is a 1 o'clock tip-off here at Harold Newman Arena on Saturday afternoon. Of course, we'll have it for you here on Jamestown 107.1. And if the Jimmie women can win tonight and make that trip to Mayville, we'd also have that for you on Jamestown 107.1 on Saturday. Also, we have the University of Jamestown High School's play-in games in the West Region Tournament, because those both happen on Saturday. So we know already we're going to have 3 games for you on our air on Saturday and maybe a 4th. Going to be quite a day. All right, let's look at the NSIC, the Jimmie's Future Conference, as we have been all year, because this is the opening night of the NSIC Conference tournaments. How it works, the top 12 teams make the tournament. Top 4 get buys. They'll automatically go to Sioux Falls and start playing later this week at the Pentagon. So the games tonight are at conference sites. The 8-9 game has St. Cloud State hosting Minot State. It is Sioux Falls at home. That's the 5-12 game. Sioux Falls, the 5 seed against Crookston. They're the number 12 seed. Over in Moorhead tonight, the Dragons, who are the number 7 seed, are hosting the 10 seed Wayne State. And UMary over in Bismarck this evening is hosting Duluth. UMary, the 6 seed, and Minnesota Duluth is the number 11 seed. Well, we have told you about that unbelievably wild NSIC men's basketball race. Concordia, St. Paul, and Southwest Minnesota State shared the regular season title, but amazingly, 2 games separated the top 8 teams in NSIC men's basketball. Amazing. Well, the first round games in the men's tournament are going on tonight also. It is Minnesota Duluth, the 6th seed, hosting the 11th seed Augustana. That's in Duluth. Minot Stadium was going along so well earlier in the year and ended up losing 8 conference games and going all the way down to the 8th seed. They're hosting the 9th seed Sioux Falls at the Minot State Dome this evening. Winona State is the number 7 seed, and in Winona, they're hosting 10 seed Wayne State, and later St. Cloud State, the 5 seed, hosting the number 12 seed Bemidji State. The NSIC tournaments will resume in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and that is coming up on Saturday. So the most interesting, of course, the Jimmies won't be eligible for NSIC championships next year, but still going to be very interesting to be a part of that league in both genders, and we'll see if it's that balanced, especially on the men's side, next year. This is the S&P Health Ave Maria pregame show. Jamestown and Dickinson State play in the NSAA Women's Basketball Championship quarterfinal round this evening, and coming up, you'll hear from Jimmie's head coach Stan Sankey on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. Those extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for kids to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that'll take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans who make every season one to remember.
Are you dreaming of spring? Jamestown Country Club has been dreaming of it too, so get ready now with a Jamestown Country Club membership. The 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit JamestownCountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play at Jamestown Country Club.
Jamestown 107.1.
The postseason is here for Jamestown Jimmie women's basketball on the S&P Health Ave Maria pregame show at Harold Newman Arena. It's Jamestown and Dickinson State, the NSAA quarterfinal. We're with Jimmie's head coach, Stan Sankey. I know you don't want to overly dwell on last Saturday, but there's a lot to learn from last Saturday, and obviously a lot of things you don't want to repeat tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? We haven't dwelled on last Saturday very much, and really after the game, we celebrated our seniors. We have an awesome senior class, and love those women. They're incredible. And then the postseason tests your maturity. The postseason tests your maturity of, can you be all in on tonight? And so since Sunday, that's what we've been focusing on. Are we staring straight at this game, with Dickinson tonight?
And this is the Dickinson team. One of the games they played, the second game here, they made it pretty tough on you, especially in the second half. And then even though they lost last Saturday, you've known for a while what a good player she is, and she really showed what she can do. And they've got to be feeling no pressure at all coming into this game. So this is not the easiest game to go into against a team like this, right?
Yeah, well, the Dickinson teams play good defense. I mean, they match up and they guard, and we felt that all 3 times that we played them in the regular season. They've got 5 seniors. And just like our 5 seniors are feeling the urgency of crunch time in the season, so are they. And so you get into playoff time, and how do you use those emotions? How do you use that push the right way for your team to set you up to be successul?
As far as your defense goes, in going against them again, they have the inside threat with Ozen, but they have outside threats with Fox and the other players too. Defensively, what are your priorities tonight?
Well, they're 2 leading scorers. I mean, Osa's really, really good in one-on-ones, and we have to get the ball out of her one-on-one touches. We have to get her to pass the ball. Each one of their main scorers has a different way that they do that. Caden Steele's tough, and we got to keep her off her right hand and get her going left as much as we can because she's so explosive on her first step. So those are the first couple priorities, and then we've got a couple layers, for Fox and for Shamrock and working through their other lineups and their other combinations that they play.
Your sets have stayed the same. You really can't change any at this point. There's no point in that. But what can improve from how it's been here at the end of the regular season for your offense?
Well, offensively, I mean, we have to fight to get into rhythm a little bit more, and we've been working on a couple different pieces to have Kate Cordes be a little bit more efficient with her energy. It's so taxing to do what she does, to play the way that she plays, for a full season. And as we get late into this, into February, can we get that those contributions from her, the scoring, the touches, the actions, the defensive pull that she has, pulling the second defender? Can we get that without her having to run 7 miles to do it? Right. And so those are things we have been working on over the last 3.5 weeks, depending on our matchups in our opponents. Some of them are a little bit more opponent specific than others. So sometimes they work a little bit better. Sometimes we're able to use the stuff that we've been working on, and sometimes we haven't. But those are things that we're just working to tweak.
Even in a set where Kate is not going to get a shot, how important is her that she has a touch during a set, at least most of the time?
Well, as long as Kate Cordes is standing on the front side of half court, like somebody's guarding her, if she just gets across the half court line, she's got somebody really close to her at that point. But I've been amazed this year at the gravity that she has offensively and how hard she pulls the defensive attention. And it's hard to explain how valuable of a thing that is for our offense. And so we just want to use it the right way. We want to use it the right way. Our players, as the season's gone on, we've learned how to play off that a little bit better than maybe we were in November. And so that's what we look at. Can we get the post touches? Can we get the ball to the rim? Can we move the defense with some actions, that Kate is in, whether she gets the ball or not? And then can we make the right decisions? Can we find the open man? Can we take a high quality shot? And can we convert?
You talk about a team being mature. There's so many players on this team that have been a part of playing in this time of the year, especially last year. So there's not a whole lot extra you need to say to them. They know what this is all about, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the exciting part, And can we swing away? Can we swing away and give everything that we have and just put it all towards the game tonight? I think we can. Like that's the belief that I have. And you're right. You look backwards in the rearview mirror. It's been so much fun to watch this older group do this through postseasons in past years, and this year's unique, right? This year it's their senior year, and we want to make a run, and it starts tonight.
Good luck in starting that run. Thank you for the time.
Yeah, thanks.
Coming up, starting lineups in the opening tip from Harold Newman Arena on the S&P Health Ave Maria pregame show. It's Jamestown to Dickinson State in the NSAA Women's Quarterfinal on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Whether you're a weekend warrior or a top high school athlete, injuries can happen to anyone. At Jamestown Regional Medical Center, getting you back to what you love is why we're here. As the official sports medicine provider for Blue Jay Athletics, our local orthopedic experts ensure exceptional care is part of your community. From sprains to complex surgeries, you don't have to go far to get the best care. Call 952-4878 and schedule your appointment today. Remember, it's right here at JRMC.
Jamestown 107.1.
The last few moments of warm-ups before the Dickinson State Blue Hawks and Jamestown Jimmies meet in the quarterfinal of the North Star Women's Basketball Championship at Harold Newman Arena. Now let's bring you tonight's Pit Stop Express Lube starting lineups. First, for the Dickinson State Blue Hawks. One change from what they normally start, not with forward Catherine Fox, the 5'8 senior from White Shield, the Bismarck State College transfer, 9.8 points, 3.4 rebounds a game for Catherine. After 10.9 points a game last year, nearly 10 a game this season. Samantha Ost, the 6-foot senior from Reeder, the Black Hill State transfer, another fine year for the senior. 13.8 points, 7.2 rebounds. She's tied for 8th in the league in points per game, 4th in the league in rebounds, shooting 51% from the floor. That's 2nd in the league. 77% of the foul line, that's 6th. 2.5 assists is 9th in the league, and 38 blocks is 2nd in the NSAA. Also starting tonight, normally does not, but she is a senior, Tate Cohn, 5'6" from Lemon, South Dakota, Mount Marty transfer, 2.5 points and 2.1 rebounds a game and 12 made threes. Tinley Pearson, 5'7" senior from KC, Wyoming. Tinley is averaging 3.4 points, 3.7 rebounds per game. And Caden Steele, the 5'7" senior from Newell, South Dakota. Thad Sankey said it right about this player. She's tough. 11.8 points, 3.9 rebounds per game for Steele, and her 41 threes are 10th in the league. She's hit 34% of her threes. That's 6th in the league. Eric Nelson is the head coach of Dickinson State, the Morningside alum in his 6th season, 56-109. His 12th season overall, he was at the now defunct Presentation College in Aberdeen, South Dakota before going to Dickinson State. His overall record, 106-237. Jimmy Ducharme is his assistant. Tegan Townsend is the graduate assistant. Now for the Jamestown Jimmies, for the 26th time in 27 games this season, this is their starting five. The forwards, Megan Oswald, the 5'9" senior from Brownsdale, Minnesota. Oswald, 6 points, 4.7 points a game, a 54% shooter and 88% of the line. Hannah Hoggle, the 5'11" senior from Carrington, 8.5 points and 4.4 rebounds. 48% from the floor, is 3rd in the NSAA, and her 13 blocks are 10th in the league. Samantha Paulson, the 5'11" sophomore from Zimmerman, Minnesota, 5.3 points, 2.2 rebounds, and 1.4 steals a game. That's 9th in the league. Kate Busick, the 5'9" senior from Fargo Shanley, 6.8 points and 5.3 rebounds, the averages for Kate. 2.4 assists a game. She's also 22 of 24 at the line. And Kate Cordes, the 5'8" junior from Shakopee, Minnesota, 19 points a game, is 2nd in the league and 23rd in the country. 5.8 rebounds. 45% shooter, 9th in the league. 74 made threes. That is 2nd in the NSAA to Bellevue's Gabby Moore. And tied for 15th in the country here. 3-point percentage of 41%, 2nd in the conference. And a 94% foul shooter, number 2 in the country. 3.3 assists, 5th in the league. Thad Sankey is the Jimmy's head coach in his 7th season here. 121 wins and 86 losses. His 12th season overall, his overall win-loss record, 196-170. Faith Brintle is his assistant. Coleman Lind is the graduate assistant. Jamestown wearing their home white. Orange trim, orange numerals and letters in black trim. Jimmy's in block print, black letters in orange trim above the numeral on the front, and the familiar Jimmie on the horse logo on the back. Deep navy blue uniforms for Dickinson State with light gray numerals and letters. Script, it says blue above the number on the front, and it says Hawks below it. And off-white trim with the familiar Blue Hawk logo on the shorts. Remember, you can watch this game at the official Jimmie Athletics YouTube page, and as you do, you'll see Jamestown in white shooting to your left in the first half and Dickinson State in blue to your right. That's the S&P Health Ave Maria pregame show. Postseason basketball is next. The NSAA women's quarterfinal. Dickinson State and Jamestown at Harold Newman Arena. Coming up on Jamestown 107.1. This
racial, sexist, or other abusive comments or actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the arena. At this time, we ask you to please stand and remove your headgear for the playing of the national anthem.
You can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777.
Are you looking for a rewarding job and a great
starting lineups. First, for the visiting Dickinson State University Blue Hawks. Starting guard, senior number 14, Kate Steele. Starting guard, senior number 20, Jimmie Pearson. Starting at forward, senior number 22, Catherine Fox. Starting guard, senior number 23, Tate Cone. Starting at center, senior number 25, Samantha Oaks. Blue Hawks are led by head coach Eric Nelson, assisted by Jimmie Ducharme and Tegan Townsend. Now let's hear it, Jimmie fans. Here is the starting lineup for your University of Jamestown, Jimmie. Starting at guard, a junior from Shakopee, Minnesota, number 0, Kate Cordes. Starting at guard, a senior from Fargo, North Dakota, number 12, Kate Dickinson. Starting forward, a sophomore from Zimmerman, Minnesota, number 14, Samantha Paulson. Forward, a senior from Brownsdale, Minnesota, number 33, Megan Oswald. And starting forward, a senior from Carrington, North Dakota, number 35, Hannah Oswald. Jimmie's are led by head coach Matt Sankey, assisted by Faye Rizzo and Colin Lynn.
One else. That's just the reality of it. With the Jimmies and Dickinson State, we'll start tonight to try to turn things, they hope, a little bit upside down. Caden Steele, Tinley Pearson, Catherine Fox, Tate Cone, and Samantha Oast for Dickinson State. Kate Cordes, Kate Busick, Samantha Paulson, Megan Oswald, Hannah Hoggle for Jamestown. Oast and Hoggle, the jump center. The opening tip brought to you by R.M. Stout, your Ford Dodge and Jeep dealer in Jamestown. Ball in the air, postseason's underway, and it's tipped by Hoggle to Samantha Paulson. Jamestown has it first. We hope you enjoy the action. This is the best time of the year. Cordes, jumper foul line. She's good. Can't start any better than that. Kate Cordes, who has averaged over 20 in the 3 games against Dickinson State this season, opens the scoring. Samantha Oast on a high post. What a game she had Saturday at home against Dakota State. Lob from Cone to Oast, back to Tate Cone in the right corner. Up top, a drive by Kinley Pearson. Left baseline drive is off both sides of the rim, and Kate Busick rebounds for Jamestown. Hand off to Cordes. Straight away 3, right rim, just a little bit wide. Tinley Pearson has the rebound for Dickinson State. And all the way down floor to Oast. Beat everybody out floor and laid it in, and it's tied at 2. Good long pass in the transition game. Works there for Dickinson State. Just over a minute in. Kate Busick for Jamestown. Hands to Kate Cordes. Trying to drive here on Caden Steele. Baseline, it is Oswald. Kick out right wing Busick. 3 for Kate. Short off the right rim. And Catherine Fox brings the rebound in for Dickinson State. And the Blue Hawks look for their first lead. Down the right lane line comes Catherine. Caught up by Paulson. Back to Oast on a high post. She plays there a lot. Drives inside. Past 2 defenders. Didn't go. Hoggle reaches back for the rebound. Hannah has it for Jamestown. Busick. Left baseline Paulson. Caught a high pass. Now to Cordes. Middle of the left wing. Kate, who's done so much for this team this year, as Dad Sankey told you about in our pregame. Hoggle, right lane line, took the pass from Oswald. Fade away from Seven's good for Hannah. And she's had early looks in offense in games lately. Then it's kind of dried up. Let's see if that changes tonight. It's 4-2 Jamestown. 2 minutes in, leading Dickinson State on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Fox for the Blue Hawks. Left baseline drive in and scores right past Busick, and it's tied at 4. Fox last year, early last season, really had the game of her life against Jamestown. So they know she can light it up. Hoggle left baseline for the Jimmies. Hannah for a kick out, peak Busick. Right wing 3, halfway down and out. 4 bodies hit the floor as running down the floor with a rebound is Caden Steele. Drives and lost it on the way up. Cordes takes it in ahead to Kate Busick. A 4-4 game just over 2.5 minutes in. Pass nearly too far for Cordes. She is able to save it. Oswald on the floor is able to bring it back to Cordes. Hustled by both Kate and Megan. And then Cordes, right wing, hits a 17-footer. It was a scrambling play, but it ended up in Kate's second bucket, and it's 6-4 Jamestown just about 3 minutes in. Tate Cone for Samantha O's right lane line. Inside of the foul line, drives on Hoggle and is bumped by Hannah. Good move by Samantha Ose. And there's the game's first foul. Ose will have 2 free throws. And the first 3 off the bench always are the first 3 in tonight. Jaden Weiss, 5'3" freshman from Mandan, 7.8 points, 1.8 rebounds a game. Jessica Lostrom, 6' freshman, Grand Rapids, Minnesota, 8.2 points, 4.9 boards. And Jalen Martinson, the 5'9" senior from Devils Lake, 4.4 points, 2.8 rebounds. Samantha Ose hit the first free throw, bringing Dickinson State to within a point at 6-5 Jamestown. And the senior, the former Hettinger Scranton standout, has one more, and it rolled in after dancing around the rim for a second. And it's 6-6, 6:58 in the first quarter in the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. The winner goes to Mayville Saturday to take on second seed Mayville State in the semifinal. Jaden Weiss for Jamestown. For Jessica Lostrom, up top. Left side, Kate Cordes with a Martinson screen in a double team as usual. To Martinson, left elbow in the lane. Kick it out to Cordes. Out front to Weiss. Right angle 3 for the freshman. Off the heel of the rim and then over the top of the glass. And that's out of bounds to Dickinson State. They have learned, opponents have, to get out and guard Weiss. She has been effective at various times on threes this season, as she was in Mandan. Pearson with a drive for Joe Garfield, who's into the game, and it went halfway down and out on the way up attempt. Jessica Lostrom, the rebound for Jamestown. Garfield, the sophomore, 5'9", from Wolf Point, Montana, 3 points a game. Weiss, another 3. This one's off the back rim, but runs down her own long rebound on the left wing. Cross court to Lostrom, up top to Cordes. Cone guarding her. Screen by Martinson, now hands it to Jalen. Kick out right wing, Lostrom 3 with 7 on the timer, off the left rim. Tinley Pearson with a rebound. Dickinson State again tries for their first lead. It's 6-6, 5:50 in the first quarter. Left wing, it's Garfield. Up top for Samantha Ose in the lane. Nearly lost it. Tapped away, but able to take it is Pearson. Cross court for Cone. Up top for Fox. Entry for Ose. Right past Martinson. And Samantha just lost the ball out of bounds. Martinson was right there to defend her. Didn't foul her. She just dropped the ball. And Helga Shamrock, who has started all season, didn't tonight. She's now in. The 5'5" junior from Sparks, Nevada. 9.7 points, 3.1 rebounds a game. And as we mentioned, this year, her first year in college basketball since 1920. And Whitney Edwards, the 5'11" junior from Hill City, South Dakota, is also in for Dickinson State. 2.7 points, 2.4 rebounds. Pass inside from Cordes and a bounce to Jalen Martinson, who scores on the left block. Martinson coming off that career high 10 rebounds, along with 8 points last Saturday in the loss to Bellevue, and it's 8-6 Jamestown. Left corner Garfield. Busick with a hand on that pass. Knocked it away over here. It stays with Dickinson State. 19 on the Blue Hawk shot clock. 5:12 in the opening quarter. Jamestown only 3 of 9 shooting, and Dickinson State is just 2 of 7. Whitney Edwards, right foul line extended. Good pass on the block. Pearson a little off balance, brings in the left wing for Steele, and she's fouled by Jaden Weiss. Her first, and that's 2 team fouls on Jamestown, 2 seconds past the midway mark of the first quarter. 8-6 Jamestown. Of course, we will keep you on top of what's going on in the other games tonight. TCSU and Bellevue playing in both genders this evening. Steele brings it out for Garfield. In the lane, a runner from 7 is good. Jill Garfield with her first 2 off the bench, and it's tied again at 8. Hand off for Wiest, right wing from Busick for a 3 off the left rim. 0 for 3 on threes is Jaden. Whitney Edwards the rebound for Dickinson State. And the Blue Hawks try again to lead. Shanrock up top for Whitney Edwards. A good bounce pass for a baseline jumper from 9. That's good by Caden Steele. Her first bucket, and Dickinson State does lead for the first time, 10-8 at 4:17 in the first on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Cordes for the 3rd seed Jamestown, hosting the number 6 seed Dickinson State. To beat them 3 times, Jamestown did in the regular season. Lostrom in the corner. Drive middle of the lane. Cut off by Garfield. Shoots around her anyway. Missed. Got her on board. Put it in. Sticking with it is the freshman, Jessica Lostrom, for her first 2. Tied again at 10. 3:53 first quarter. Mid right wing, Tinley Pearson in front of the Jamestown bench to the right lane line. Drives on Busick, and a late whistle, but Busick is called for the foul. Her first, and that's the 3rd on Jamestown. Dickinson State has not had a foul called on them yet. Hallie Savala enters for the first time for the Jimmies, the 5'7" freshman from Mountain Iron, Minnesota. 2.2 points and 2.1 rebounds per game. Hannah Hoggle also returns. So Tinley Pearson, good foul shooter, hasn't been there much, 86%, and hits the first. Dickinson State ahead again by a score of 11-10. 3:44 in the first. She'll have another. And that one's also good. They've struggled a little lately at the line, Dickinson State, but they're still at 73%. 3rd in the league. 12-10 Dickinson State. Long 3 by Cordes is an air ball. WNBA range from the left wing and out of bounds to Dickinson State. Well defended, too. Catherine Fox and Tate Cone return for Dickinson State. Edwards is out, and Tinley Pearson also is out. Joe Garfield, Caden Steele, Catherine Fox, Samantha Ose, and Tate Cone are the 5 on the floor for Dickinson State. High post again for Ose. Left it for Caden Steele down the right lane line with a drive, counted with a foul. Tough bucket by Steele as she was guarded, as it turned out, too tightly by Hallie Savala. And Dickinson State opens up a 4-point lead at 14-10. Hallie's first and 4 team fouls. And here's Steele, a 77% foul shooter, trying to make it a 5-point lead, and does. 15-10 Dickinson State, 3:20 in the first. And again, the Jimmies, again, having a hard time shooting. Only 5 of 14. Cordes lost the ball. Knocked away by Caden Steele. Just slipped out of Kate's hand. Down low for Ose. Past Hoggle. Banked it, missed. Lofstrom a rebound that the Jimmies really needed there. To Jaden Wiest in the front court for Jamestown. Down 5. For Kate Cordes on the left wing. Steele's there to guard her this time. Here comes a trap. So it's out front Lofstrom. A left angle 3. Off the rim and short. Lofstrom runs down her own rebound near the right corner, but here comes a trap on her, and then it's knocked out of bounds by Jill Garfield and Dickinson State. As the Blue Hawks bring Angelica Shanrock back in for Steele. The Jimmies trying to rely on threes as they have lately, and they haven't hit one yet in 8 tries. Savala in for Hannah Hoggle on a high post left wing. That pass nearly didn't make it to Wiest. Shanrock nearly had a steal. Back to Cordes right wing on the angle with a Hoggle screen. Left baseline drive, and Cordes scoops it in. Kate now 3 of 5 from the floor and has 6. It's 15-12 Dickinson State. 2.5 minutes left opening quarter. And the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard in this North Star women's quarterfinal. Angelica Shanrock for Tate Cone on the left side. There to guard her is Jessica Lostrom. Kate Cordes knocks a pass into the Jamestown bench. It's out of bounds. Samantha Paulson returns. Kate Busick does too for Jamestown. Cordes out. Jaden Wiest is out. Inbound to Angelica Shanrock. 12 on the Dickinson State shot clock. Pass Sabla to the baseline. Shot too hard off the bottom of the glass, and Lostrom picks up the rebound. Hoggle hit the floor again. She's back up, though, and into the front court as Busick comes down the left alley. for Hallie Savila. Back to Kate Busick on the left side. 1:58 in the first. Jimmie's down 3. Hoggle spin to the left against Ose. Brings it back out for Paulson. Right wing on the angle. Busick with a right baseline drive. And a kick-out pass is knocked out of bounds by Shanrock. Jamestown will inbound with 9 to shoot and 1:47 to go in the first quarter. Kyrie Aldridge comes in for Dickinson State, a 5'10 junior from Riverton, Utah. 1.9 points, 2.4 rebounds per game. Originally went to college to play soccer at Casper College, then to LSU Alexandria, and then to Dickinson. 4 on the shot clock, 3, a right wing 3, Paulson, long, but the offensive board is taken by Hallie Savila, and then fouled by Angelica Shanrock. The Jimmies worked to the end of the shot clock, missed another 3, but Shanrock has the first foul of this game on Dickinson State and sends Savila to the line. 16 of 22 for Hallie, 73%. She'll have 2 here. Jimmie's remain the best foul shooting team in the North Star at 79%, and Savila hit the first. It's 15-13 Dickinson State. They're now 4th in the country. About a percentage point and a half behind Pikeville. The second one's also good for Savila. Last 4 for Jamestown. They're back to within 1. 15-14 Dickinson State. 94 seconds in the first. Pressure by the Jimmies. Cone trying to work against it against Paulson. Not across the timeline yet. Now she is. Not much time to spare as she made it. Fox nearly lost the ball in front of the Jamestown bench. Stripped away by Paulson. She did lose it. Picked up by Lostrom. Busick down floor. Jimmies look to regain the lead. Lostrom left wing Paulson. Samantha spots up. Left wing 3. Short. They still haven't hit a 3. And it's out of bounds to Dickinson State. Make it 0 of their first 11 on 3s for Jamestown. Only 6 of 18 overall. 1:06 in the first. Shanrock on left wing for Dickinson State, who's led now for a few minutes. Guarded by Paulson. Once an O screen. Hands it back for Samantha on a high post. Entry down low. Aldridge got hammered as she went toward the block straight down the middle. Upset by Samantha Paulson. Her first. Dickinson State has been in the bonus, and 2 free throws are coming here for Kylie Aldridge. Just 59%, 19 of 32. But the first one rolls in. Dickinson State still hasn't missed. They're 6 for 6, and they lead 16-14. 55.5 to go in the first quarter. Aldridge has another. This one rimmed out. Ose tipped it, but it came to Jessica Lostrom, and she bats it to Kate Busick, and Jamestown with it in the front court, down 2 in this quarterfinal game. Samantha Paulson right wing on the angle. For Saba, left wing angle 3. Banked it in. Well, they'll take it. The first 3 after 11 misses and gives Jamestown the lead back at 17-16. 33 seconds in the first quarter. Shanrock in some traffic. Good job to maneuver through it. Into the right corner for Tate Cone. For Shanrock, right wing on the angle. Difference of 8 on the clocks. Fox with a bounce in the lane to Samantha Ose. Guarded by Hoggle. Shoots over Hoggle. Banks it in. 6 for Ose. 18-17 Dickinson State back in front. 8 seconds, 7. It is Busick on the right lane line for Paulson. Tries a baseline drive with 2 off the rim, but a foul with 1.8. And Samantha will try to give the Jimmies the lead back at the foul line. This is on Samantha Ose. That's her first, just the second foul in Dickinson State. Megan Oswald and Kate Cordes return for the last 1.8. Samantha Paulson, 16 of 21 this season, 76% for her at the line after 68% a year ago. And the first is good to tie the game at 18. This one's to give Jamestown the lead back. And it rolls in. 1.8, 19-18 Jamestown. Fox in the backcourt to Ose. They won't try to shoot. And Jamestown, a back and forth first quarter, but through 10 minutes in this quarterfinal, they have the lead on Dickinson State. On the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard, Jamestown 19, Dickinson State 18 through 10 minutes on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Buffalo City Diesel Jamestown is your one-stop shop for experienced truck services. Their top-notch techs are trained in the latest technology and can identify and fix problems in your medium or heavy-duty diesel trucks and buses. Buffalo City Diesel also offers roadside assistance, trailer services, and truck parts. Call Buffalo City Diesel today at 701-253-2844. That's Buffalo City Diesel at 701-253-2844.
Jamestown 107.1.
Jamestown leads after one in this quarterfinal game over Dickinson State 19-18, despite shooting just 7 of 19 from the floor in the first quarter, 37%. And after missing their first 11 threes, the banker by Hallie Sabala made it 1 for 12. Dickinson State 6 of 13, 46%. They haven't tried a three yet. Rebounding advantage, 12-8 Jamestown. In the other women's quarterfinal, Valley City State at home is leading Bellevue 17-13, just over 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Winner of that game plays at Dakota State on Saturday in the semifinal. Winner of this game goes to Mayville to play Mayville State. Dickinson State inbounds to start the second quarter. Kyrie Aldridge into Angelica Shanrock. Samantha Olsen a high post with a handoff for Hayden Steele with a baseline drive right. Threw it over the rim. Battle for that rebound. Lostrom had it for a moment, but stepped out of bounds as she had her hand on the ball. The shot did not hit the rim, so the shot clock. Well, it did hit the rim, they're saying. Well, it was reset to 20. They're calling that a change of possession. Well, anyway, here's a pass inside. Doesn't matter now because they found Fox on a good setup on the right block to give Dickinson State the lead back. She scores, and it's 20-19, her second bucket. Busick on the left wing for Samantha Paulson. A screen by Lostrom for Jamestown. Back and forth game here. Cordes left wing three. Good for Kate. That's number 75 for the year, and Kate Cordes is now the 15th all-time leading scorer in the history of University of Jamestown women's basketball. 22-20 UJ. Drive to the rim is off the mark by Steele. Offensive board by O's. Follows and scores. That's her first rebound tonight. Now she's up to 8 points. 22 all, a minute into the second quarter on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Right wing three, Paulson off the back rim. Dickinson State with Caden Steele rebounding. Awfully high dribble, brings it into the front court to the foul line, extended left, backs it out. Right wing for Kyrie Aldridge. Up top again, it is Steele, the former Newell Irrigator. Spin in the lane. Drive, dish it down low. Kick it back out for Aldridge. A right wing is good by Kyrie Aldridge. That's only her 6th of the year. She was 5 of 30 coming in. The first 3 Dickinson State tries tonight, they hit, and they lead 25-22. Cordes left wing. All over her is Steele. Knocked her down. They didn't call it. To Jessica Lostrom. Up top again to Kate Cordes. Into the lane for Oswald. Makes a drive. Stops. Left it short, but Kate Busick flies in for the offensive board on the right block for Jamestown. Down low. Oswald. Layup good. Cut behind Samantha Olsen. Was wide open on the right block for her first 2. 25-24 Dickinson State. 7:55 first half on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Shanrock using a screen by Samantha Olsen. Angelica traveled. There came a double team. Oswald and Lostrom forced that turnover. Hannah Hoggles back in for Jamestown. In for the first time is Sarah Lenz, the 5'7" senior from Belle Plaine, Minnesota. 2.2 points, 1 rebound a game. And Tinley Pearson is returned for Dickinson State. Again, more than likely, the final home game for these seniors. You never know. Here is Cordes with a pass nearly knocked away. Picked up by Kate Busick. Back to Cordes. Left side of the lane. Hoggle backing down. Driving inside on Enabo. That misspray. Enabo's just entered the game. Caden Steele with a rebound. Enabo, 6-foot junior from Conrad, Montana. 3.2 points, 1.8 rebounds. Spin in the lane by Pearson, or Steele, and she left it short, and Hoggle rebounded for Jamestown. Several lead changes early on. Here's Cordes with a left wing three. Kate hit it. Her second of the game. And she is up to 12, and it's 27-25 Jamestown. 3 minutes into the second quarter on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. And Kate starting well tonight, 5 for 7. Drive to left block by Shanrock, hacked by Busick. Again, the whistle a little late, but the call was right. and that's 2 on Kate Busick. And the first team foul of the second quarter on Jamestown, who had 5 fouls in the first quarter, and Dickinson State only 2. Jaden Wiest returns for Busick, who comes out with those 2 fouls. Angelica Shanrock, again, she's 25 years old, 64% foul shooter, played at the College of the Siskiyous in 2017-18 is the first free throw is good, and 2019-20, and then not again until this year. She was good in those 2 years at the College of the Siskiyous. Nearly 17 points a game and 93. She hits both free throws here, and it's tied again at 27. Just under 7 minutes left in the first half in the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. Sarah Lynn's right wing up top. It is a 3 by Cordes. She's good again. Kate Cordes is 3 out of 5, and with 15 already. Had 32, remember, in the second home game here with Dickinson State. 30-27 Jamestown. Jumper in the lane at the foul line. Pearson left it short. Cordes with a rebound. That's her second. Kate's into the front court. Trying to carry this team. Hoggle in the lane from 12. Good! Great feed by Cordes, and Hannah Hoggle has her second bucket. And Jamestown's now opened up a 5-point lead, 32-27. Shanrock, nice move on the right block, off the window and scores. First bucket, 4 points for Shanrock, 32-29 Jamestown. Jaden Wiest to Hannah Hoggle, left side of the lane. Backs down on Annabo. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Wiest. Straight away 3, good for Jaden. Now the threes are starting to fall. That's 4 of their last 5. Straight away, trying to answer with a 3 is Steele, but it's short for Dickinson State. Hoggle rebounded to Wiest, 35-29 Jamestown. Cordes for Lenz, left wing, wants a 3, yes ma'am! Sarah Lenz hits another 3, and Jamestown has opened the lead suddenly to 9. And Eric Nelson of Dickinson State wants a Hillerud construction timeout. 5:31 first half. The threes are falling now. Jamestown 38, Dickinson State 29. On Jamestown 107.1, this is the voice of the Jimmies.
Need some custom screen printed t-shirts? Lots of t-shirts? You need originals.
Originals!
Or do you just need one shirt with your corporate logo for the new guy?
Originals!
Caps, jackets, U sizes, adult sizes, Blue Jay apparel, Jimmie apparel. You need originals. There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's Originals. They can also do online stores for your sports team or business. 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays. Visit originals.com.
Jamestown 107.1.
Jamestown is 7 of 10 shooting in this second quarter, and they have hit now 6 of their last 7 threes after missing their first 11, up to 48% shooting. And Helga Shanrock to Bray Annabo for Dickinson State, who suddenly find themselves down 9. Mishandle on the pass. Lostrom to the floor to pick up the steal for Jamestown. To Cordes into the front court. Kate working away from Kate and Steele. For Sarah Lenz up top. Right wing Lostrom. Right baseline. Jalen Martinson's back in. Finds Cordes on the right block. Guarded again by Kate and Steele. And now she is fouled. As she tried to make a move on the right block by Steele. That's her first, just the third foul of the night on Dickinson State. Samantha Ose after a rest return. So does Tate Cone. Jimmie's 5 right now. Jaden Wiest, Jalen Martinson, Sarah Lenz, Jessica Lostrom, and Kate Cordes. Wiest right baseline. Inbounds, it's Lenz. Up top again to Cordes. Jamestown in white as you watch it. The Jimmie Athletics YouTube channel. The bucket to your left. Right wing 3 on the way. This one short by Lenz. And it's Tate Cone running the rebound down for Dickinson State. Front court right wing travel by Joe Garfield. 4th turnover on Dickinson State with 4:43 left in the first half. Kate Cordes now with 15. In Valley City, VCSU leading Bellevue 24-17. Just under 9 minutes left in the first half in that quarterfinal game. Again, that winner goes to 8th-ranked Dakota State Saturday. The winner of this game goes to Mayville to take on Mayville State Saturday in the semifinal. Cordes left wing. Here's a 3 off the left rim and short. Martinson reaching in for a rebound over the top of Dylan Steadily. And do we have a dual possession or do we have a foul? We have a foul. And it's on Dickinson State. And it's a hold on Samantha Ose, and that is her second. Well, I can't imagine Eric Nelson taking her off the floor because of that. Also, he tried to get Tinley Pearson and he could not. Baseline Cordes, drive, right block, scores. Cordes is now 7 of 10 with 17 in the first half. 40-29, Jamestown, 4:16.5 in the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Ost, left wing, it's a Garfield three, halfway down and out. Sarah Lenz rebounds for Jamestown. Jimmie's on the run. Cordes down the middle, stops top of the arc. For Lenz, back to Cordes, left wing Jaden Weiss. Cohn guards her. It is out front again for Cordes. Still 16 to shoot. Behind the back dribble, keeping away from Pearson. Drives inside. Ost, if it's Ost knocking her down, it's her third foul. Let's see. Yes, it is. Oh no, it's Caden Steele. It's not. Ooh, that's a break for Dickinson State. It's not the third on Ost, it's the first on Steele. But Ost isn't coming out either. Ooh, she was in that play. Cordes with a free throw, good. Suddenly Jamestown by 12. 41-29 in the middle of a big run here. 3:53.5. One more for Kate. Rolled it in. 19 for Kate Cordes. 42-29. Jamestown with a 15-2 run. 3:45 left first half on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Take Cone. Dickinson State needs points now. Top of the right wing, Kylie Aldridge. And an entry pass to Ost happens as a push happens by Jamestown's Jalen Martinson. Her first and the third team foul, or second team foul it is on Jamestown. Dickinson State inbounds, right baseline. Kyrie Aldridge. Guarded by Lostrom, bounce to Ost, right elbow of the lane, up top for Tate Cone. Aldridge, right side bounce pass to Ost on the entry. She's double teamed. Kicking out left wing and open. Dylan steadily with a three is off the back rim and reaching for the rebound. Her seventh already. Jessica Lostrom down floor to Jaden Weist. Lostrom having another good contribution off the bench. Scored so well the other day. She's rebounding tonight. Lenz for Jessica Lostrom. 3:05 on the half. Left wing for Lenz. Sarah into the corner for Jaden Weist on the left side. 3 minutes remaining first half. 10 on the shot clock now. Weist between the rings. Makes a drive on Cone. Cone blocked it out of her hand. Good play there and ends up with it after Ost saved it. Down floor right wing Tinley Pearson. Into the lane. Left for Cone on the left side. Pass Weist down the right lane line now. Dumped it for Ost down low on a layup. Ost stationary lane on a mismatch there against Sarah Lenz. 10 for her. 42-31 Jamestown. 2:30 in the half. Right wing Cordes. Three's coming. Good again! Kate is 4 for 6 from the land of three. Timeout Jamestown. A Hillerud Construction timeout. And make it 22 for Cordes. We'll keep it here. 2:26 left in the first half. Jamestown 45, Dickinson State 31. It is a 22-point first half for Kate Cordes. And I'll tell you something interesting that Dan Sankey said earlier after we recorded our interview about what Kate Cordes did in the first couple of months of the season was really remarkable. And let's just be honest, and you know it if you've watched this team play or listened to us. There are not many scorers on this team besides Kate. And there are many nights she's had to carry this team, and she is doing so tonight. Inbounded by Dickinson State. Trouble in the backcourt. Cone brings it to the timeline and across it for Kyrie Aldridge. Back to Cone for Catherine Fox. 2:15 and a half. A high post, it's Samantha Ost, guarded by Hoggle. Left wing, it's Aldridge. Cross court right side, Fox. Swing it to Ost, now to the left corner for Cone. An open three for Tate. Missed everything. Rebound. There's another one for Lostrom. That's 8. Busick in the left wing for Kate Cordes. Hesitates. Backs out for a drive. On the arc with a jumper missing. Ost the rebound. For Dickinson State, and Cone's into the front court right alley. Right angle. Bounce to Ost, and reaching in and fouling her is Jamestown's Hannah Hoggle. And that's number 2 on the senior, and 3 team fouls on the Jimmie. So she has 2, and Kate Busick has 2. Samantha Ost has been playing with 2 for a while for Dickinson State. Off the inbound, it's Fox between the rings. Left wing, it's Aldridge. Up top for Samantha Ost. 1:34 first half. 3, this one's good by Cone on the right side. Tate Cone has her 13th of the year. 45-34 for Jamestown. 1:23 in the first half, leading Dickinson State. Lenz for Lofstrom. Back to Sarah Lenz on the right side. Hago on a high post on the left side. Past Ost with a drive. That should be on Ost. If that's the case, that's her third. Yes, it is. Oh, that's big. That is enormous. And enormously not good for Dickinson State. Whitney Edwards must come in for Ost now. No way Eric Nelson can leave her out there now with 3 fouls. Hannah Hago at the line. She's been good, 72%. Jimmie's are 6 for 6 tonight. This one's good. 46-34. This is a 27-point second quarter for Jamestown. One of their best of the year. The second short. And Kyrie Aldridge with a rebound for Dickinson State. 1:10 in the first half. It's to Tinley Pearson in the lane left side. Now for Aldridge, right lane line. Drives, dishes down low. Edwards missed but fouled. Couldn't hit the layup, but Sarah Lenz had fouled her. First on the Belle Plaine, Minnesota senior, team foul number 4. Whitney Edwards, 67% of the line, 18 of 27 as Jalen Martinson and Jane Weiss come back in. Lenz and Hoggle to the bench. Edwards from a pretty nice town in the Black Hills, Hill City, South Dakota. The Rangers. It's near Mount Rushmore, you know. That's why. First free throw miss. Only the second miss at the line for Dickinson State. They're 8 for 10. One more for Edwards. That's good. 46-35 Jamestown right now. 1 minute left first half at Harold Newman Arena in this NSAA quarterfinal. Weiss with a hand to Kate Busick. A 3 for the senior. I think got partially blocked. Trying to save it as Cordes, but it came to Tinley Pearson and Dickinson State. Trying to cut it under 10. Right wing in the corner, Kyrie Aldridge. In the lane. Left wing, it's Cone. Guarded here by Weiss. 39 seconds in the half. High screen by Edwards. Right wing, Catherine Fox. To the left side of the lane. For Edwards down low, and she's held by Busick. If it is Kate, yes it is. That's her third foul. And 5 on the Jimmies, meaning 2 free throws for Edwards. And the senior Busick has foul number 3. So Hallie Sabala comes in for her. So an important player for each side has 3 first half fouls. So here's Edwards right back at the foul line for 2. First, rattled in. 46-36, the Jamestown lead at 10. 31.3 in the first half. Edwards sets again. Misses strong in her 75th game with Dickinson State. Long rebound by Weiss. About a second difference on the clock, so Jamestown can run this down late if they wish. And Weiss, taking her time, switches hands to a left hand, back to a right hand, and left hand dribble. Down to 13 seconds on the game clock. About a second difference, as we say. Starts the drive with 9 on the game clock. To the right side for Cordes with 4. Stops, left of the lane with a fadeaway that's short. Rebound by Tinley Pearson as the first half comes to an end. Good defense by Dickinson State there at the end. They didn't let Jamestown have all that great a shot. But what a second quarter for the Jimmies. Turning it around and hitting threes. They had 6 made threes in the second quarter. And after trailing by as many as 5 in the opening quarter and leading by as many as 14 in the second, it is a 10-point Jamestown lead at the half as they try to extend their season to Saturday. Halftime on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard in the North Star Women's Basketball Championship quarterfinal game at Harold Newman Arena. It's the Jamestown Jimmies 46, the Dickinson State Blue Hawks 36. Jamestown led by the 22 first half points of Kate Cordes. Coming up, it's the Arm Stout halftime report. We'll tell you about the other North Star quarterfinal games going on tonight, as well as other things, here on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. Tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings the power with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims, Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Reel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Two Rivers Activity Center in Jamestown is hiring. Do you like interacting with people? Do you enjoy a fun, upbeat atmosphere and a clean workspace? If so, the perfect opportunity awaits you at TRAC. They're currently hiring for a variety of part-time positions for lifeguard and guest service and wellness attendants. They'll work with your existing schedule, whether you already have another job or are a college student. Check out TRACJamestown.com to learn more about these positions and how to apply today.
Where do you find the friendliest staff, the largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But if you can't wait to go to the store, Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at hugos.com. Once you're done shopping, choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace, online shopping at hugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Are you dreaming of spring? Jamestown Country Club has been dreaming of it too, so get ready now with a Jamestown Country Club membership. The 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit JamestownCountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play at Jamestown Country Club.
Whether you're a weekend warrior or a top high school athlete, injuries can happen to anyone. At Jamestown Regional Medical Center, getting you back to what you love is why we're here. As the official sports medicine provider for Blue Jay Athletics, our local orthopedic experts ensure exceptional care is part of your community. From sprains to complex surgeries, you don't have to go far to get the best care. Call 952-4878 and schedule your appointment today. Remember, it's right here at JRMC.
Jamestown 107.1.
The offense got started a little slowly for the Jamestown Jimmies tonight, missing their first 11 threes, a part of that. But they got it cooking in the second quarter. A barrage of threes, 4 of them from Kate Cordes. Jamestown, with a 27-point second quarter, turned a 5-point deficit into a lead of as much as 14. And the Jimmies are ahead of Dickinson State at the half, 46-36 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard in this North Star women's basketball quarterfinal at Harold Newman Arena. I'm David Burrell. Thank you for joining us. This is the RM Stout Halftime Report. RM Stout, the right value since 1941. In the entire game on Saturday, Kate Cordes took 14 shots, 6 of 14 on her way to 19 points. She took 13 shots in the first half tonight, made 8. The 4 threes, as we mentioned, 22 points for her, also 3 assists and a couple of rebounds. 5 for Hannah Hoggle, 2 of 3 shooting. Hallie Savala hit a 3 and had 5 points, part of that big second quarter where the Jimmies made 6 3. Savala's actually was the first one they made late in the first quarter, and she banked that one in. 3 for Jaden Weist on a 3-pointer. 3 for Sarah Lenz on a second quarter 3-pointer. Jalen Martinson with 2. Samantha Paulson had 2 and a couple of assists. Megan Oswald had a bucket. Jessica Lostrom 2 points, but the big number she put up in the first half, 8 rebounds, helping Jamestown to the rebound advantage. Samantha Ost for Dickinson State had 10, but late in the first half, picked up her 3rd foul. 4 of 7 shooting for the senior and a couple of rebounds. Caden Steele with 5, only 2 of 7 shooting for Caden. Catherine Fox had 4, limited to just 2 shots, made them both. Angelica Shanrock with 4. Kyrie Aldridge had 4. Tate Cohn with 3 on a 3-pointer. Chinley Pearson had 2. Jill Garfield had 2. And Whitney Edwards had 2 points also. Jamestown shooting in the first half ended up at 43%, but 9 of 18 in the second quarter. 7 of 23 on threes, but 6 of 11 in that second quarter. Jimmie's were 7 of 8 at the line. 44% for Dickinson State on 12 of 27. 2 of 6 on threes. They were 10 of 13 at the foul line. The rebounding advantage for Jamestown, 21-18. 6 of those on the offensive glass. 6 assists for Dickinson State on their 12 buckets made. Jamestown 8 assists on their 16. Just 1 first half turnover on Jamestown. And just 4 on Dickinson State. 2 steals for Jamestown, 1 for Dickinson State. And not many points off turnovers, just 2, and they're both by the Jimmies. Dickinson State leading in points in the paint 18-16, but it's Jamestown 10-4 in second chance points and leading in bench scoring 15-12. A lot of lead changes, 8. A lot of ties, 8, but Jamestown had that big run of 15-2 in the second quarter and bumped that lead up to 14. Now it's 10 at the half. Jamestown 46, Dickinson State 36. For the winner of this game, it's second seed Mayville State on Saturday at the Louis Lee Fieldhouse. And for whoever it shall be an early start. There are high school Class A and B girls state qualifying games also set for the Louis Lee Fieldhouse today, but the Comets are going to play before all that. That's an 11 a.m. tip in Mayville on Saturday. So the winner of this game goes there. Dakota State on Saturday in Madison will host the winner of the other quarterfinal game going on. That's in Bellevue, Nebraska tonight. And the Bruins are leading VCSU 37-32 with a minute 42 left first half. Gabby Moore has 13 on 3 threes for VCSU. J.C. Richter and Abby Asleason each with 8 for the Vikings. Now, let's tell you about the men's quarterfinals because there are a couple of interesting ones going on. The Jimmies, the 2 seed in the men's side, await the winner of 3 seed Mayville State and the number 6 seed Dakota State. They're playing in Mayville tonight, and they're even at the half at 36. I'm not surprised by that. Dakota State, well, they showed the Jimmies they're capable of playing great basketball. Lane Teets had 10 in the first half for Dakota State. J.J. White, 4 threes for his 12 points for Mayville State. Dakota State shot 52% in the first half. The other men's quarterfinal is going on in Valley City, and Bellevue is leading VCSU by a score of 34-26 at halftime. Emar Vinson, who didn't play in the game here on Saturday, with 10 to lead Bellevue. Tymo Krieger with 10 for VCSU. But they shot only 39% in the first half, while Bellevue shot 50%, and TJ Fritz hit a couple of threes to help out the Bruins. And for the winner of that game, well, they go to Dickinson on Saturday to meet the top seed, Dickinson State. So interesting quarterfinal games all going on, and we'll keep you updated on all of those. Let's look for a moment at other University of Jamestown sports. A little bit of a lull. Of course, it won't be too long. In fact, this coming weekend, that the Tucson Invitational games begin, and that's where Jimmie softball and baseball go for the next few weeks before the NSAA schedule gets going in the last weekend of March. But also, over the next 2 days, tomorrow and Friday, are the men's NAIA Indoor Track and Field Championships going on in Gainesville, Florida, and there is one Jimmie athlete there, and that is Dawson Sedevec taking part in the weight throw. Dickinson State back on the floor to shoot before the second half gets underway. It was Jamestown that shot their way into the lead with a good second quarter. Jamestown trying to advance to a semifinal game on Saturday against Mayville State and trying to defeat Dickinson State for the 4th time this year. The second half is coming up from Harold Newman Arena. That's the Armstown halftime report on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard at halftime. It's Jamestown 46, Dickinson State 36, with the second half next on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Johnny B's Brickhouse, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh.
Early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab. For second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
RM Stout Incorporated is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Jimmie's Athletics. We are cheering in the stands right along with you, and we've got the perfect vehicle to get you to every UJ event. Get behind the wheel of a new 2025 Ford F-150 or Ram 1500 and experience peak performance and 4x4 reliability. Need extra rows of seating? Huge stock of new and pre-owned options available now. Don't wait. Get the best trade-in price, unbeatable interest, and the best value since 1941 only at RM Stout Jamestown. Go Jimmie's!
Are you looking for a rewarding job and a great environment where you can make a difference in someone else's life every day? SMP Health Ave Maria in Jamestown is looking for you. Visit smthealth.org/Ave Maria and click on the Careers tab to find the most up-to-date openings available. smthealth.org/Ave Maria. They're currently looking for nurses, housekeepers, CNAs, and universal assistants. Be sure to visit the website if you're interested and qualified for any of the positions that are open at smthealth.org/Ave Maria.
Building a business requires strength, courage, and a solid reputation. So, when you're ready to build a building to house your business or remodel your existing business, you want the same qualities in your commercial construction contractor. And that's where Hillerud Construction comes in. Trusted, experienced builders who specialize in commercial building construction. Their experience saves you time, stress, and money. So visit HillerudConstruction.com and let's get building.
Jamestown 107.1.
20 more minutes of basketball, at least at Harold Newman Arena. NSAA women's quarterfinal, Jamestown 46, Dickinson State 36. One of the officials made a very good point during the break. Quite a pace to this game. Well, Jamestown helped get that going really in the second quarter. And the faster pace would really favor the Jimmies, I think, because of the way they can set their offense up quickly and find Cordes before someone can get on her. Again, 8 of 13, I should say, in the first half for Kate, shooting 4 of 8 on threes and 2 of 2 at the line. A 22-point half, and to remind you again, a career high 32. She's done it 3 times this season. Second half, same 5 that started the game. Start the second half for Dickinson State. Caden Steele, Tinley Pearson, Catherine Fox, Tate Cone, Samantha Ose. And the starting 5 back out for Jamestown, 2 of Kate Cordes, Kate Busick. Remember, she's got 3 fouls. Samantha Paulson, Megan Oswald, and Hannah Hongo. And remember, Samantha Ose of Dickinson State has 3 fouls. Second half throw-in brought to you by RM Stout, your Ford, Dodge, and Jeep dealer in Jamestown. It's Jamestown that did it. The Jimmy's had the arrow. It's Cordes into Busick. Right wing Samantha Paulson on the angle, trying to strip the ball away as Tinley Pearson. And it ends up in a dual possession and gives it to Dickinson State. Quick play defensively there by the senior. Tinley Pearson steals a possession for the Blue Hawks. Tate Cone to Samantha Ost. Right foul line extended for Pearson. Wants a screen for Ost. Now gives it to her. She's double teamed. Top of the right part of the lane. And fouled by Megan Oswald. And no, by Hannah Hoggle. Well, that's 3 now on Hannah. So she and Kate Busick both now have 3 fouls. So in the right baseline, as you watch at the Jimmie Athletics YouTube channel, bucket to your left. Dickinson State in deep blue. Jamestown in white and orange. Drive to the left baseline for Fox, but the layup rolled off the rim. Rebound Samantha Paulson in Jamestown. Hand to Kate Cordes. Right wing on the run. Spot up 3. Busick hit it. Big 3 for Kate for her first 3 of the game. And her 38th 3 of the year. 49-36 Jamestown. Entry to Ost. Left wing. Too far. Pearson intercepted Samantha Paulson. Jimmy's trying to build up the lead again. to what will be their longest of the game. It's inside to Hoggle. It is as she scores. Great pass from Cordes for her 5th assist. 7 for Hoggle. It's 51-36 Jamestown. 8:50 in the third on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Drive. Hoggle blocks Steele out of bounds. Steele had just lifted it up trying for a scoop, and Hoggle said, don't bring that weak shot in here. Cone inbound that went off Busick. Cone regained it out front to Ose for an 18-footer that rolled in. Well, you'll take any break you get at this point if you're Dickinson State. 12 for Ose. That's not how they drew that play up. It can't be. 51-38 Jamestown, 8.5 in the third. Oswald with a hand up Busick. Big three for the senior a moment ago. Paulson left wing to Cordes, lob to Hoggle, left elbow in the lane on Ose. Driving on her, that's what you want to do. She just drew Ose's 4th foul. She just drew Samantha Ose's 4th foul. I couldn't even say it. That's what you have to do right there. Take it to their best player, see if that 4th foul can happen. She's not happy. She's pleading her case with the official, but the call won't be changed, and Whitney Edwards will come in. Let's remember that. 8:19 in the third quarter. The 4th foul on Samantha Ose. Hoggle with the first free throw misses. Yes, we have written that down. Let's see how long Ose is out of the game. One more for Hoggle. She split him. Her 8th point, 52-38 Jamestown. 8:15 in the third on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Oh, that is an enormous play for Dickinson State's chances in this game, maybe. Who's the scoring going to come from? Catherine Fox hands to Whitney Edwards. For Tate Cone, right wing, it is Fox right down the middle. Could be her, drives for a lay-in. She's done it before against Jamestown, as we told you, and she now has 6. 52-40 Jamestown at 7:55 in the third, leading Dickinson State in this quarterfinal round game in the North Star Women's Basketball Championship. Cordes, right wing on the angle. Drive, a lot of contact, and they do finally call a foul on Steele. That's her second. Yeah, that's only the 7th foul on Dickinson State and this entire game, and 4 of them have been on Samantha Ose. Jalen Martinson, Jaden Wiest, and Jessica Lostrom all re-enter for Jamestown, and Angelica Shamrock and Kyrie Aldridge are back in for Dickinson State. Cordes at the line, 2 of 2 tonight. 75 of 80 for the year. First is good for the second best foul shooter in the country. 23 for her. 53-40 Jamestown, 7:45 in the third, leading Dickinson State on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Yes, they're both good. Need you ask? 54-40 Jamestown. Some pressure, pass too far for Edwards, but Pearson's there to pick it up. Shanrock, left baseline runner, no good. Little long, rebound. Jalen Martinson and Jamestown to Cordes. 3 straight away, yes! Man! Kate Cordes now has 5 and 27 points. Timeout, Dickinson State. Hillerud Construction timeout. Kate Cordes now with 5 threes and is 5 away from her career high. 7:24 in the third. Now it's a 17-point Jamestown lead over Dickinson State. 57-40 in Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Cold, snow, ice. Thaw, melt, potholes. Repeat. Our North Dakota winters are ever changing, and that means your tires need to be ready for just about anything. Bring your vehicle to Mike and the crew at Pit Stop Express Lube and have them take a look. As a locally owned shop, they care more about you and your family's safety than the sale. So, they will recommend the best fit for your needs. Stop into Pit Stop Express Lube at 117 4th Street Northwest, Jamestown, or call 952-7867.
Your home for UJ Jimmie. AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296HH Jamestown.
What do the kids say these days? Feeling it? Kate Cordes is feeling it, brother. 9 of 14 shooting now for the junior. 5 of 9 threes, 5 assists, couple of rebounds, 27 points still with 7:24 left in the third. Kate Cordes is trying to carry the Jimmies to the NSAA semifinal. They lead in the quarterfinal over Dickinson State now with their longest lead of the night, 57-40. Angelica Shanrock crosses the timeline for the Blue Hawks. Pretty desperate now for the 6th seed. It was tight in the first quarter, but Jamestown shooting turned on in the second and since. Shanrock to Whitney Edwards, who came back in when O's picked up her 4th foul. Drive by Aldridge to the right block nearly. Now Shanrock kick out for a right wing 3 with 6 and the shot clock misses. Kate Cordes the rebound. The ball's in her hands a lot, and that's good news for Jamestown. Cordes, left wing, it's Busick. Kate, cross court to Lostrom. She wants a right wing 3 and it rimmed out, and a good box out and a rebound gained by Whitney Edwards for Dickinson State. To Shanrock in the front court right wing. Entry pass on the bounce to Catherine Fox to the left block, and she threw it over the rim. Jalen Martinson the rebound. That's her 3rd after her 10 last Saturday. To Kate Cordes. 6:26 in the 3rd. Kate trying to make a drive down the right lane line. Well done defensively by Pearson. Kick out for Busick. Left corner, it's Jessica Lostrom. 10 on the timer. Out front to Busick. Starts a right lane line drive. Looking for a kick out. It comes on a bounce on the left wing for a catch and shoot 3. That's good by Lostrom. Again, maybe not how they drew it up, but the Jimmies don't care. They're now up by 20. 5 for Lostrom and 8 boards. 60-40 Jamestown. 5:54 in the 3rd on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. The Jimmies are trying to make this quarterfinal a laugher. Samantha Edwards tried to pass for a teammate, Tinley Pearson, who fell down. It's out of bounds. Lenz and Hoggle back in for Jamestown. Garfield back in for Dickinson State. And again, not in for the Blue Hawks, Samantha Ose, who picked up her 4th foul with just under 2 minutes played in this 3rd quarter. She had 3 in the first half. Jaden Wiest for Jamestown. For Jalen Martinson, left lane line, Hoggle drives on Edwards, left it short, but Edwards then, or did Hoggle? Yes, it was Hoggle who knocked it out of bounds. It'll go to Dickinson State. Jimmie shooting is 4 out of 5, by the way, so far in the 3rd quarter, and up to 48% for the game. Dickinson State 41%, a little pressure by Jamestown. They're 10 of 27 now on threes, meaning they've hit 10 of their last 16. Shanrock with a drive on the left block, pushed. Lostrom? Yes. Jessica's first, 2nd team foul on the Jimmies in the 2nd quarter. They've done a better job defending without fouling since the 1st quarter. Whitney Edwards, entry for Pearson on the right block. Tinley pass, Wiest. Kick it out to Garfield, left wing Shanrock. Spots up for a 3, off both sides of the rim. Martinson with a rebound for Jamestown. To Wiest. Dickinson State's gone cold, only 2 of 8 in the quarter. Wiest, right lane line, had it knocked away from behind and out of bounds. Or did she just lose it? Yes, she just lost it. And that belongs to Dickinson State, and that's only the 3rd turnover of this game. Turnover, he said, Toyboat, on the Jimmies. It's into Garfield. If it's Wednesday, it must be Jamestown. Last night it was Dickinson. Big day Saturday. We're ready for it. Here's a drive on the right block by Shanrock and draws a foul, and Helica will go to the line. Oh, that's the 4th on Hannah Hoggle with 4:48 left in the 3rd. So the post defender will have to come out certainly as Caden Steele and Tate Cohn return for Dickinson State. Yep, here comes Megan Oswald back in for Hannah. Applause as she comes to the bench. But 4 fouls for her now. She has had 8 tonight and 3 of 5 shooting. Shanrock 2 of 2 at the line, 4 points. First of 2, good. Dickinson State now 11 of 14. But all that does is cut the lead for Jamestown to 19, 60-41, 4:48 in the 3rd on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. The 2nd, too long. Megan Oswald rebounds for Jamestown, and it's a 27-21 rebounding advantage in this game for the Jimmies. Jaden Wiest with purple sneakers. Swoops a long 3 straight away off the front rim. Lenz tapped it, but right to Shanrock. 2-on-1 with Tate Cohn. Down floor, bounce for Shanrock. Cohn was falling out of bounds, and then she threw the ball away. Shanrock did to Jalen Martinson. Oswald open. Jalen didn't see her. Back out front to Jaden Wiest. Lenz left wing, now it's for Oswald. Moves to the left block. Kick out, straight away 3. Lostrom again. Short this time right. Oswald ran the rebound down with some hustle in the right corner. Out front to Weiss. Second chance for the Jimmies. Into the lane. 7-foot runner off the back rim twice. No good. Rebound underneath Jamestown. It's Weiss. How about that? And a lot of traffic. And in some trouble, Thad Sankey sees that and calls another construction timeout. How about that? Hustle by Jaden. 4:01 in the third. Jamestown 60, Dickinson State 41 in this quarterfinal on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Buffalo City Diesel Jamestown is your one-stop shop for experienced truck services. Their top-notch techs are trained in the latest technology and can identify and fix problems in your medium or heavy-duty diesel trucks and buses. Buffalo City Diesel also offers roadside assistance, trailer services, and truck parts. Call Buffalo City Diesel today at 701-253-2844. That's Buffalo City Diesel at 701-253-2844.
Jamestown 107.1.
Jaden Weiss, fourth rebound of the game on the offensive glass. Boy, it took some hustle for her to move to the left baseline and in traffic. New shot clock. It's into Lostrom for Jamestown. Just under 4 minutes left in the third. Left wing Sarah Lenz. Open spot and shoot three. Didn't fall. Offensive rebound again. This time it's Megan Oswald. Kick out for Jaden Weiss, right wing. Straight away Martinson. Left wing Lenz, guarded tightly this time by Tinley Pearson. Left it for Martinson, and Jalen traveled. Just the fourth turnover. Of course, Martinson is a Devils Lake alum. Hannah Hoggle's a Carrington alum. And their alma maters are playing tomorrow night for the Region 1A Girls Championship. I think they've had a little discussion about that. Carrington, a fine win over Thompson last night to make it there. Tate Cone for Dickinson State. Middle of the left wing, Jell Garfield. Blue Hawks are suddenly, they have field down 19 before a Garfield jumper left of the lanes, good from 13 feet. Second bucket for Garfield, 60-43 Jamestown, 3:17 in the third. Only the third made bucket of this third quarter for Dickinson State. Inside it is Oswald under the bucket. Reverses right past Garfield and lays it in. A beautiful move by Megan. Her second bucket and four, 62-43 Jamestown for Dickinson State. Edwards, kick out on the left corner for Pearson, nearly fell, drove to the right block, scooped and put it in. First bucket of the game, 4 points for Pearson. But Samantha Ose, again, four personal fouls, remains on the Dickinson State bench. Jamestown leads 62-45, 2:39 in the third. Almost 6 minutes of game time since the fourth foul on Ose. Lostrom, left wing Oswald, left angle now Weiss. Jaden with an entry pass on the left block to Lostrom. Left corner, Oswald. Wants a three, good! Just her second as a Jimmie. She tried one the other day. It didn't fall. This one did. And the Jamestown lead is now 20. 7 for Megan. She'll always remember that in what might be her last home game. Pearson for Whitney Edwards for Dickinson State. Jimmie's in control now. Bounce on the baseline. Off the glass by Steele. Jamestown, however, knocked it out of bounds. Dickinson State will keep it with 2:04 in the third as Hallie Saba, Kate Busick, and Kate Cordes return for Jamestown. Kate got plenty of rest, too. But now it's a 20-point game, too. Martinson, Lostrom, and Weiss all to the bench, and they all have done well again off the bench tonight. Straightaway three. This one's a switch for Caden Steele. Her first three tonight and her 42nd of the year. 65-48 for Jamestown leading Dickinson State. 1:49 in the third. Oswald left of the old circle for Saba. Kick it out for Busick, right wing on the angle. Hands to Kate Cordes. Spot up three. This one's a little long. And Tate Cone rebounds for Dickinson State. Into the front court. No, it's a 17-point difference. Could we see Ose at the start of the fourth? We'll see. A right wing three. Steele hits again. 2 in about 20 seconds for Caden Steele. She's up to 11. 65-51 Jamestown. Don't go anywhere yet. 1:20 still to go in the third quarter. Oswald for Sarah Lenz. Wants to answer with a three and does! Sarah Lenz with her second for the senior. And 6 points. And it's 68-51 Jamestown again by 17. 1:03 in the third. Whitney Edwards on a high post for Dickinson State. Hands it to Caden Steele. In a double team, good entry pass for Edwards, knocked away by Savala. Dickinson State regains it. Steele out front, wants another three. This one's off the left rim, too high on arc. Sarah Lynn's rebounds for Jamestown to Busick. Down floor for Oswald. Layup good on the run. What a pass by Busick. It was nearly too far, but Megan made a wonderful catch. And she's up to 9. 70-51 Jamestown. 33 seconds in the third. Garfield right wing stepped on the right sideline. Out of bounds to Jamestown. Spirited play in the last few minutes by Megan Oswald with a 3. And boy, you can't do much better in transition than the Jimmies did the last time down the floor with Busick's whip pass to Oswald. Again, that was a very difficult catch, and all in one motion, she laid it in on the right block. 20 seconds in the third, about a second difference on the clocks. Busick working on Tate Cone just in front of us. Oswald offers a screen. Now it's given to Megan, who traveled, with 9.9 left in the third quarter. Cone just to our left will inbound. Wants Tinley Pearson to come back and help. Catches it and back to Cone and crosses the timeline with 6, 5, and 4. Screen by Edwards, 3. Cone with a drive on the right block. Jumper good on the baseline as the third quarter ends. 5 for Cone. But Jamestown well in control at the end of 3 as they look to play at Mayville State on Saturday. Through 3 in this NSAA quarterfinal at Harold Newman Arena. Jamestown 70, Dickinson State 63. On the Gunner Reel Sports Scoreboard on Jamestown 107.1, this is the voice of the Jimmies.
Need some custom screen printed t-shirts? Lots of t-shirts? You need originals.
Originals!
Or do you just need one shirt with your corporate logo for the new guy?
Originals!
Caps, jackets, U sizes, adult sizes, Blue Jay apparel, Jimmie apparel. You need originals. There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's originals. They can also do online stores for your sports team or business. 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays. Visit originals.com.
Jamestown 107.1.
Another great shooting quarter for Jamestown. They were 8 of 15, so they've gone 17 of 33 in the second and third quarters combined and scored 51 points. 27 in the second, 24 more in the third. They did have 19 in the first quarter, although their shooting struggled. They're at 46% now for the game, the Jimmies. Dickinson State, 45%, not too bad. 4 of 11 on threes for Dickinson State. Jamestown, 12 of 33. The other game in Bellevue, Nebraska. Bellevue's Bruins leading VCSU 48-45 midway through the third. The winner goes to Dakota State for a semifinal on Saturday. The winner of this game goes to Mayville State for a semifinal on Saturday. Jamestown's ball to start the fourth quarter of play. Kate Busick, left wing, Kate Cordes. 27 for the junior tonight. Drives to the right block and scores again. 10 of 16 shooting now for Kate, 29. She's 3 away from her career high. 72-53 Jamestown, 9:40 remains. Samantha Ose is still not on the floor for Dickinson State. Picked up her 4th foul early in the third quarter. Caden Steele with an entry for Bray Enebo in the lane and banks it in from 4 feet. Bray Enebo's first 2. 72-55 Jamestown, 9:18 left in the Gunner Reel Sports Scoreboard. Hand it to Hallie Sabalos back in the thing. Great bounce pass for a layup by Megan Oswald, and Megan Oswald now has 11 points. 2 away from her career high. 74-55 Jamestown, a minute into the fourth, leading Dickinson State. What a second half Oswald is playing. 3 is missing this time by Steele, and Samantha Paulson's down with a Jamestown rebound. For Oswald on a high post for Kate Busick up top. Down the right lane line. Lot of contact, and there is the hack call, the foul on Jill Garfield of Dickinson State. That's her first, and that's the first team foul of the fourth quarter on Dickinson State as Jalen Martinson returns, and here comes Samantha Ose. She came back in with 8:44 to play. That's where it is right now. She left with 8:19 left in the third after picking up that 4th foul. Busick's first free throw misses, but she has one more. Every shot's 2 shots with the 5 team fouls in each quarter. No more 1-and-1 in women's basketball. And boy, do I like that. Second free throw is good for Busick. I'll say again, it's something the men's college game needs to start doing. They're the only holdout in this. 75-55 Jamestown, 8:35 left in the fourth. And Helga Shanrock nearly walked, has it left wing on the angle. Handed off for Tinley Pearson. Drive to the right block, inside, good move and scores. Pearson now with 6. 75-57 for Jamestown. More than happy to exchange buckets now with 8:19 to go. Martinson for Samantha Paulson. Left wing, it is Kate Busick. Handed off to Cordes for a 3 off the right rim. What a tie to career high. Owes the rebound. Down floor to Steele. It's Caden Steele. Spin move in the lane and got knocked away from her by Busick. It'll stay with Dickinson State with 8 minutes and 3 seconds to go. In the other men's quarterfinals, we'll update you on those as we get the opportunity. They're both pretty interesting games too. Right now it's Shanrock in for Fox for Dickinson State. Entry to Ose in the lane. Paulson trying to strip it away and instead fouled her. Her second. In those other men's quarterfinal games, the 2 that are happening, Dakota State now 13 in front of Mayville State in Mayville. How do you do? 72-59, just under 7 minutes to play. That's a Darren Tide team, as Casey Brueggemann always says. Steele with a right baseline drive scores for Dickinson State. And now on the other end is Busick had it in the right corner. She's fouled by Catherine Fox. 75-59 Jamestown. In the other men's quarterfinal, good one at the bubble. Bellevue and VCSU are tied at 49 with just under 9 minutes to go. Winner of that game goes to Dickinson State. It is a right corner jumper on the arc. Good. It's Kate Cordes. 11 of 18 shooting, now 31 points, and a bump foul. Paulson bumped Fox. It is now 77-59 for Jamestown. Cordes already tonight has moved into 15th on the all-time scoring list, and she's close to passing Lindsay Ness for 14th. Ose left elbow of the lane, drives to the baseline, and knocked out of her hand. Jalen Martinson with a block and the rebound for Hallie Sabalin. Cordes on the left wing. 3 for a new career high. Yes! Kate Cordes has three-pointer numbers 6 and 34 points. And now tied for 14th all-time in this program's history, 80-59 Jamestown. What a night for Kate. Turnaround. Left elbow lane jumper good for Tinley Pearson. A nice shot. She's up to 8. And Bellevue State, Dickinson State, I should say, wants a Hillerud Construction timeout. We'll take it too. 6:59 remains. What a night for Kate Cordes. Jamestown 80, Dickinson State 61, and Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. Tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings the power with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims, Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Reel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Jamestown 107.1.
Yes, Kate Cordes with this unbelievable night is now tied for 14th with Lindsay Ness, who played here in the early to mid-aughts. Now 1,188 points. Kaya Tower, of course, the all-time leading scorer with over 1,800. So not a bad opportunity next year for Kate to pass that. She's got more to do, she hopes, this year. And the other thing is Jamestown now at 80. Their season high in points, 90. Got to go all the way back to November 1st. Their season opener when they had 90 against Bethel College. They have 80 now with 6:50 to go. Cordes with it for Jamestown in the front court. They lead Dickinson State 80-61. Paulson to Busick, left lane line, Hannah Hoggle drives on Ose. Turnaround from 7 off the front rim. Rebound, Caden Steele and Dickinson State. Well, the Blue Hawks kept it tight early, but Jamestown hit the threes in the second quarter, and Osen foul trouble, and it's been out of their hands since. A steal by Samantha Paulson. Stops in the front court. Out front for Cordes, thought about the three, but good D there, as jumping in her way was Tinley Pearson and made Kate travel. Just a 6 turnover on the Jimmies. Dickinson State 8. 6:20 to go, and Angelica Shanrock for the Blue Hawks of Dickinson State. Right corner, and now Steele travels. And Eric Nelson is looking over there up off his bench and saying, huh? Really? It's into Busick with 6:15 left for Jamestown as the Jimmies are up 19 in this quarterfinal game. If they win, they go to Mayville State, the 2 seed Saturday. 10:30 our airtime if it happens on Jamestown 107.1. It's to Hoggle, and she traveled. She was off balance in the lane as she gained the pass. 6 minutes to play. Career high 34 for Kate Busick. For Kate Cordes, I should say. She's hit 6 threes, Kate has, Cordes, and that's one short of a career high for one game. Steele, bounce pass in the lane, a foot block by Jamestown. Brings the shot clock back to 20. Still 5:49 left. And 11 points for Megan Oswald. Again, she's just 2 short of her career high. Shanrock lobs it to Caden Steele. Caden working on Jessica Lostrom. It's Pearson for an entry pass left side for Samantha Ose, who's been plagued by foul trouble tonight. Drive down the right lane line by Steele and floated it in. Nice shot from 7. 15 for Caden Steele. Now stolen, and Steele hits a 3, and 5 points quickly for Dickinson State, bring them to within 80-66. There's still 5:24 left on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Jimmies know they can't let up. And don't turn it over like that, an inbound, and head coach Thad Sankey wants a Hillerud Construction timeout. 5:18 left. Jamestown 80, Dickinson State 66 on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Jamestown 107.1.
In the other NSAA women's quarterfinal, good game in Bellevue, Nebraska. BCSU is now leading Bellevue in the last minute of the third quarter, 59-56. It's top seed Dakota State for that winner on Saturday. Again, the winner of this game goes to Mayville State on Saturday. And down from Lostrom to Kate Busick for Jamestown. Foul way away from the ball. Busick was guarding 40 or dribbling 40 feet from the bucket, and the foul was down in the post by Tinley Pearson of Dickinson State, her first and the third team foul. Busick right baseline inbounds. Watch this game, remember, at the official Jimmie Athletics YouTube channel. Cordes with an enormous night, career high. Lobbed on the right wing for Busick. 14-footer, good for Kate. Her second bucket of the game. And 6 points. 82-66 Jamestown, 4:55 in the fourth on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Samantha Ose takes the pass, right elbow of the lane. Past Hoggle and misses the layup. Tapped by Hoggle to Kate Busick, and Jamestown rebounds. Frustrating night for Ose in what could be her last college game, although she does have 12 points, a lot of foul trouble. Paulson, drop step in the lane, and puts it in a lovely move for her first basket of the game and 4. Oh, that little drop step. Hard to defend when a player does that. They fake it out. 84-66 Jamestown. Shanrock high off the glass is fouled as she drove in the lane by Jessica Lostrom. Number 2 on Jess, team foul number 3 as Jaden Weiss comes back in for Kate Cordes. 4:20 left. I wouldn't think we'd see the last ever tonight, unless this game really gets out of hand. Shanrock with the first of 2 free throws is good. And Hellick's 6th point. 84-67 for Jamestown over Dickinson State with 4:20 to go. Check those men's quarterfinal games in a bit too. Shamrock hit the second as well. 84-68 Jamestown. 4:15 they hope left from meeting Mayville State on the road Saturday in the semifinal. Busick to Lostrom, right corner. Paulson, a three off the front rim. And rebounded by Dickinson State and Caden Steele. Good entry pass to Ose. Turnaround over Lostrom and scoops it in. 14 now for Ose. 84-70 Jamestown. 3:54 left in the fourth. Busick crosses the timeline quickly. Again, Jamestown wants this fast pace. But good play by Pearson to knock it away. Fox long down floor. Went off the leg of Busick and out of bounds. In those other men's games in the quarterfinals, Dakota State still leading at Mayville State, 76-67, with 3.5 minutes to go. Lane Teets and Aiden Jensen each with 18. And BCSU leading Bellevue in Valley City. That is 54-49 Vikings with 8:49 left. That winner goes to Dickinson State on Saturday. That Dakota State Mayville State winner comes to Jamestown on Saturday. Again, that's a 1 p.m. tip here Saturday afternoon. Ose cross court, right wing for Tinley Pearson for Dickinson State. Floater from 9 didn't go. Gained her own rebound. Passed it out to Shanrock. Now a left angle three is off the rim by Steele. And Jessica Lostrom brings that rebound in for Jamestown. Down to 3:24 left. 84-70. Kate Cordes is back in after a short rest. Leaves it for Busick. Now to Cordes again. Hands in her face by Tinley Pearson. To Hoggle at a high post. Cordes cuts as it comes to Jaden Wheats, left wing in the angle. 7 to shoot. Now to Cordes on the left side. Left elbow. 5-4 in the lane. She traveled. Couldn't keep that pivot foot sit down as she tried to pass it on the right wing to Jessica Lostrom. Catherine Fox back in after a brief rest. Jill Garfield was in for defense. She comes out now. Dickinson State will let this ball roll about 40 feet down the floor. 2:57 to go. They're down 14. Shanrock from 13 in the lane. Left side didn't go. Kate Busick with the Jamestown rebound. 36-29 is the Jimmie rebounding advantage. Trouble in the backcourt. Lostrom dribble. Finds Lostrom across the timeline. Back for Cordes. Jimmie's going to need a little more time. 2:40 left in this quarterfinal. Jamestown by 14. One-on-one with Caden Steele. Pretty good matchup here. Hoggle offers a screen and has it. 6 on the timer as Cordes moves to the left block. Fires and hits. 36 for Kate. And now she is 14th alone all time in this program in scoring. 86-70 Jamestown. She widens her career high to 36. Ose turnaround lane over Hoggle. Wrong off the back rim. Busick rebounds for Jamestown. Now 2:10 remains. And Busick eases into the front court and takes a foul from Dickinson State's Tinley Pearson. That's 2 on her. Team foul number 4. Last one Dickinson State had to give. And Jamestown inbounds with 2:05 left. Our Armstop postgame show is coming up. Cordes into Hannah Hoggle. Just over 2 minutes to play. An incredible night for Kate Cordes. Switches hands to a right-hand dribble now. Steele looking wide at her. Works the shot clock down to 10. Another high ball screen by Hoggle. Right wing Lostrom. Right corner Busick. Lostrom. Kick it left wing to Weiss. 3 on the timer. 2 driving the lane by Jaden. Fouled. If it's Ose, she's done. It is. She's done. 6 of 12 shooting in what might be Samantha Ose's last collegiate game. 14 points. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and the Dickinson State fans, some of them give her a well-deserved standing ovation. She's had 3 superb years in Dickinson. And athletic director and head football coach Pete Stanton among those applauding Ose. First free throw skipped out of the rim and for Jaden Weiss. 1:41 to play. We still have another. It's good, and the lead is now at 17 for Jamestown at 87-70. Appearing to be on their way to make a trip to Mayville on Saturday for a semifinal game of those Mayville State Comets. Catherine Fox, right side into the lane with a jumper. She's good from 8 feet. 8 for Fox, 87-72 Jamestown, now down to 124 left. Wiest in some trouble and stepped on the right sideline. And Dickinson State will have it back with 1:22 left. Not likely, but not impossible if threes can start falling for Dickinson State. They're 5 of 14. It's what they've got to start shooting now, you would think. Take Cone for Whitney Edwards up top. Whitney left of the old circle for Catherine Fox, using an Edwards screen. Kick in the left corner for Pearson. They can't waste time like this now if they want any chance to get back in. Cone, baseline Edwards in a double team. 10 on the shot clock. She fell down and traveled. That is not what you want to do when you're down 15 in the last 2 minutes. And Jamestown will have it back with 61 seconds to play. 61 seconds from beating Dickinson State for a 4th time this season. It's into Hoggle. It's back to Wiest. It's into the front court. They try to trap. Hoggle right down the middle of the lane. Kick it for a left corner three. Lost him. Jessica's good. Second of the game for Jess. She's up to 8. And it's 90-72 Jamestown as the Jimmies match their season high point total. 43 seconds to play. The Jimmies will play at least one more day. Fox into the lane. Turnaround from 10. Good as Fox wrapping up. A good career for her with 10. 31 seconds to play. Cordes into the front court. Jamestown will have one more possession. 4-second difference on the clocks. The game clock now says 22. Cordes just dribbles. The fans start to applaud, and some stand, and more stand. And this Jimmie team started a little slowly tonight, but got the offense cooking in the second quarter. They're just going to take a shot clock violation here and hand it back to Dickinson State with 4 seconds to go. And it'll be on to Mayville on Saturday for the semifinal round. A pass into Steele. Time runs out. Put it in the record book, baby, and ring the victory bell. A phenomenal night for Kate Cordes. A career high leads Jamestown to the semifinal round of the North Star Women's Basketball Championship. The final score in the quarterfinal. The Jamestown Jimmies 90, the Dickinson State Bluehawks 74. Jamestown now 18-9. Dickinson State's season ends at 8-19. And this is the RM Stout postgame show. RM Stout, your Ford, Dodge, and Jeep dealer in Jamestown. We'll visit with head coach Thad Sankey here in just a moment. I'd love to see if we can get Kate Cordes over here too after, and she's had her share, brother, of phenomenal nights. But this one may have topped them all for Kate. She wasn't the only one, of course. We'll talk about others who contributed as head coach. Thad Sankey joins us now. Funny, Thad, we were talking about Kate and the ability for her to have a night like this when, she's been counted on a lot this year. And let's face it, just the way the makeup of your team is. But this was extra special by Kate tonight.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, it's awesome. Like, you're working over here, David, and I hope for a split second you're able to just sit back, take a deep breath, and say, wow. Wow. I didn't hear your call, but I hope there's a wow in there.
I think I did a couple of times. Yeah, she was something else.
Yeah, she was, and it is unique. It is special, and just a really cool thing to watch her work. And but at the same time, I thought our team did a good job in that second quarter stretch that we created, right? Like in transition, our 4s and 5s created advantages for her to work off of. So like Kate Cordes makes those shots, but it's a Megan Oswald, a Hannah Hoggle transition screen to just start loosening her up. It's not like we just walk down and throw the ball and say, okay, go. Yeah. Like, it's a movement piece. It's stuff that we work on. It's pretty selfless by our team to be willing to do that and to know, man, she got one shot. Hey, she hit a second. No, she's warming up, and to keep doing that because we know it's a great thing for our team when we do it. And then what we started to see was how much more attention was coming, and then we got looks in open spots from, for other players.
Right, and you had several that hit him. Lost him with a couple tonight. Sarah Lenz, who's so capable of doing it. And Megan, I got to talk about Megan's game. Only the second career 3 she's hit as a Jimmie. You talked about the screen she set. Had that one flurry in the third quarter, hit that 3, took that remarkable pass in the transition from Kate Busick. That was a great pass by Kate, a tough ball to catch. That was a phenomenal play by Megan on the block.
Yeah, and that's one of those no, yes plays. We're like, no, and then Megan pulls that out of the hat, and you're like, yes, okay, great, awesome. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see what Megan's done with her career and how hard she's worked to be that offensive player where in spots like this she can step up and score double figures for us when we need it. We needed it. And we needed a second scorer tonight, and she's able to put buckets in her reverse on the baseline. Like, we needed a bucket there, and she gave us a bucket there. And it's hard to describe. We say, oh man, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah,
we're talking about hours. We're talking about years. Like, we're talking about 4 years here to get into the spot where she can execute some of those plays. So pretty remarkable.
You kept taking the ball right at Samantha Ost in the first half. Picked up that third foul late in the half, and then when her fourth foul happened very early in the third quarter, and she didn't come back in for a whole quarter of play, and the look on Dickinson State was like, uh-oh, what do we do now? So that move worked well for you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it totally affects the game when she's off. She's a great player and has a great career for them, and been tough matchups. We've had to really plan for her, but really more than anything else, that's just aggressiveness. We just want to play aggressive. We have to get the ball to the rim, and that was kind of something that started it.
And your rebounding, very good tonight. And among those, Jessica Lostrom, with all of the things that she has improved on in her freshman year, lately her rebounding has been out of this world.
Oh man, yeah. She reads the ball. She reads the ball off the rim so well, but she's committed to doing it, right? Like rebounding is hard. You have to go mix it up. There's contact, and then you got to battle it out when the ball's in the air. So it's not an easy thing to do, and it takes a lot of commitment and toughness, and she's got it.
Well, you know what's ahead for you now, a Mayville State team that, at times this year, as much as they've frustrated your team, you in turn have frustrated them some. Now a whole lot's on the line on Saturday, and this is big. This is what you've worked since September for a game like this coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely, and that, like, getting a postseason win, you have to start the ball rolling. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't look past today. Like, this has to take your whole attention, and then once the ball starts rolling, like, you build that excitement, and that's what will be, eyes ahead for Saturday on that.
Yeah, and you think back, think of what you did in the NAIA tournament in the first round last year. That first win, and then you got it rolling, you come up with the upset, and you move along. Same sort of feeling, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is a true road game, though. Like, Saturday's a true road game. We're on the road. We're at Mayville. Like, the toughness that's going to take for us is going to be more than any game that we've played so far this year. We've played some good games. We've played some tough games. We've been gritty. It's going to take more than that on Saturday, and we'll get the girls ready.
Well, they certainly will be ready for what should be a big one, and we'll have it at our time, 10:30 here on Jamestown 107.1 on Saturday for our first of 4 games that day. Congratulations to you and this team. Terrific win tonight, Thad. And thank you, and good luck in Mayville on Saturday.
Thanks, David.
Thank you, buddy. Thad Sankey, the Jimmie's head coach, as his team, boy, did they do the job tonight. Kate Cordes certainly did, but even with all her points, it takes a team to win any postseason game. Jamestown takes it over Dickinson State by a score of 90-74. It's our Armstout postgame report. Armstout, your Ford Dodge and Jeep dealer in Jamestown. We'll look at the numbers. We'll look at all of the other NSA playoff action tonight, and maybe see if we can get a visit with Kate Cordes, too. It's all ahead here on Jamestown 107.1, and this is the voice of the Jimmies.
Two Rivers Activity Center in Jamestown is hiring. Do you like interacting with people? Do you enjoy a fun, upbeat atmosphere and a clean workspace? If so, the perfect opportunity awaits you at Track. They're currently hiring for a variety of part-time positions for lifeguard and guest service and wellness attendants. They'll work with your existing schedule, whether you already have another job or are a college student. Check out trackjamestown.com to learn more about these positions and how to apply today.
Where do you find the friendliest staff, the largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But if you can't wait to go to the store, Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at hugos.com. Once you're done shopping, choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace, online shopping at hugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Are you dreaming of spring? Jamestown Country Club has been dreaming of it too, so get ready now with a Jamestown Country Club membership. The 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit JamestownCountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play at Jamestown Country Club.
At Jamestown Regional Medical Center, we know that every injury is unique. That's why our orthopedic and sports medicine team works to get you back in the game. Whether that game's on the field or in your daily life, JRMC is the official sports medicine provider for Blue Jay Athletics, taking care of our hometown and neighbors right where you live. It's why we're here. Don't let pain slow you down. Call 952-4878 to schedule an appointment. Jamestown Regional Medical Center. It's right here.
Points tonight, leading Dickinson State for the fourth time this season, 90-74 at Harold Newman Arena. We do indeed hope to be visiting with Kate Cordes in just a little bit after this remarkable night she had, a remarkable night this team had too. But Cordes establishing a career high with 36 points tonight. She had scored 32 points 3 times earlier this season, but 36 tonight, 13 of 20 shooting for Kate, 6 of 12 on three-pointers, 4 for the line, 3 rebounds. Oh, yeah, 6 assists, too. Let's not overlook the type of playmaker she is. 5th time in her Jimmie career that Cordes has had 6 assists. Megan Oswald coming up just 2 short of her career high in points, 11 points, 5 of 6 shooting, made a 3, just the second 3 she's hit as a Jimmie, also had 3 rebounds. Hannah Hoggle had 8, 3 of 6 shooting, again contributing well, 3 rebounds. Jessica Lostrom off the bench again, 8 points, talked about a rebounding with Thad Sankey, 9 more caroms tonight for Jessica. 6 points for Kate Busick, 6 points also for Sarah Lenz on 2 threes. Hallie Savila had 5, 4 for Samantha Paulson, 4 points for Jaden Weiss, she had a 3, and 2 for Jalen Martinson. Some good players playing their final collegiate games tonight for Dickinson State, including Caden Steele. Thad Sankey said it, boy, absolutely said it the best about her. Caden Steele is tough. Took 18 shots tonight, 7 of 18, but they had 18 points, 5 rebounds. Samantha Ose, again, foul trouble for the senior tonight in her final game. Kept her out in really a quarter's worth of play. She still had 14 points. And Catherine Fox, who had a rather good career, too, for Dickinson State, had 10 tonight on 5 of 7 shooting. Tinley Pearson, another senior, had 8 points. And Helika Shanrock with 7. Tate Cohn, the other senior on this team, had 5. Kyrie Aldridge had 4. Joe Garfield with 4 points, 2 for Bray Annabo, and also 2 for Whitney Edwards. Cohn also had 3 assists. 51% shooting for Jamestown. Remember how they were struggling in the first quarter of this game, especially on shooting threes? Well, in the final 3 quarters of play, and by the way, they were 8 of 11 in the fourth quarter, but after going 7 of 19 in the first quarter, the Jimmies were 25 of 44 the rest of the way. They ended 51%. On 32 of 63, 14 of 37 threes, that's 38%. 12 of 16 at the foul line for Jamestown. Dickinson State tonight, 48% shooting on 28 of 59. So not bad at all for Dickinson State, who shot only 39% for the season coming into this game, but they were effective tonight. Shooting. 5 of 14 threes, 13 of 17 of the line. Jamestown at a 37-29 rebounding advantage. 10 assists on the 28 made buckets for Dickinson State. 17 assists on 32 made buckets for Jamestown tonight. That's only 2 short of their season high in assists. They had 2 blocks. They had 5 steals. Paulson had 3. Not a lot of turnovers, 11 for Dickinson State, 12 for Jamestown, so they had a few more in the second half, but they really didn't hurt. Points off turnovers, 10-7 for Dickinson State, and Dickinson State with an advantage of points in the paint, 44-30. Second chance points to the Blue Hawks, 11-10. Jamestown's bench led in scoring 25-19. Early on, the lead changed hands a lot, 8. There were also 8 ties. Jamestown led 19-18 at the end of 1. But then, by 10 at the half, 46-36, and by a score of 70-53 at the end of 3, they win it by 16, 90-74. They led by as many as 21. Dickinson State early on, their longest lead was 5. But for Jamestown, with win number 18, the objective tonight, just win and play at least one more. They will play at least one more. It'll be in Mayville at Louis Lee Fieldhouse on Saturday. And our airtime will be 10:30 here on Jamestown 107.1. The unusual start time because of all of the regional qualifiers in Class A and B girls basketball that were already set for the Louis Lee Fieldhouse. So instead of the normal start time of 1, it'll be 11 a.m. that the Jimmies play Mayville State on Saturday, and Ryan Cunningham will be there for that. And then we'll follow that by joining you here from Harold Newman Arena for the men's semifinal. And the Jimmies will play the Dakota State Trojans. Yep, Darren Tighe's team knocked out Mayville State tonight in Mayville. 86-75 was the final. As Dakota State, did they shoot the ball tonight? 55%. Lane Teets had 22, Aiden Jensen 18, Braden Pankinen 14. So shows you what their 4-11 regular season record meant. Nada. They are going to be tough to deal with in this building on Saturday afternoon. And then we've got the Jamestown Blue Jays in their playing games. But before we take another break, Kate Cordes is with us after, a remarkable night for her, but a remarkable night for this team to win a postseason game. I'll talk about you plenty, I know, but congratulations. But for you to have a night like that, your teammates have got to do the job too. Mm-hmm. And boy, you guys play team basketball tonight.
Yeah, it definitely felt good to get a win, after the weekend we had last weekend. I think the biggest thing for us was just locking back in on defense and understanding, we can be really good when we play together. So I think that's what we did tonight.
And I brought up with Coach Sankey last week, and he said, we talked about it a little because certainly that's not the way you want it to end, but it seemed like one of the officials said, boy, the pace was something else. Mm-hmm. And that's when you guys are on the pace like you were on tonight, that's when this offense can go like this.
Yeah, for sure. I think just our urgency, knowing if we lose, we're done. So, we came out definitely fired up, and that's what we got to bring into Saturday.
When you have games like this, and you had other games in the 30s, and I don't know, I can come up with any phrase you want, but how when shots start to fall like they did for you tonight, then what's going through your mind? Is it to say, how can I keep this up, or is it just something natural?
Yeah, it feels good for sure. When shots start falling like that, it's just a big confidence booster, but it's also like telling me that I'm probably going to get more attention, and I like to find my teammates more too. So I think, everyone on our team did a great job today, spreading the ball around, pushing the pace, like you said. It was just a good overall effort.
So how this year, and we've seen it all the time, I've seen it for 2 years with you, and people have learned how you can shoot. And they're starting to double team you, and in some cases triple team you, and trap you every time. Yeah, it's going to come, but how do you deal with that?
Yeah, I think just preparing myself before the game, knowing that, sometimes I'm not going to get as many shots, and just making sure that I'm putting my teammates in good spots, giving them good passes, and like today they knocked down a bunch, so yeah, I'm very confident.
And also, for you to have a big night like this, another thing is, they got to set screens for you. Megan did, Hannah did, Jess in a couple of cases did. You need that very much too.
Yeah, I can't say enough about them. Working hard to get me open, and then, they're usually playing against the hardest defensive assignments too. So they did a great job tonight.
I said to Coach Sankey when he was out here, yes, Mayville State has frustrated your team this season, but you frustrated them at times about as much. This is going to be pretty high intensity on Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely the biggest game of the season so far. I think last time when we left there, it left kind of a sour taste in our mouth. So I think we're ready to go get them. We know we beat them once, so we know what we got to do. We're excited.
Kate Cordes with a remarkable evening tonight for her and her team, but a career high with 36. Thank you for coming out. Congratulations, and best of luck to you on Saturday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kate, as she and the Jamestown Jimmies knock off the Dickinson State Blue Hawks tonight in this quarterfinal game by a score of 90-74. We'll talk about the other women's quarterfinal game and set up what's going to be an unbelievable Saturday on our air next on the Armstown postgame show on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.